7-sided dice Carpathian adventure. I am Bayuk Osman Gazi. Travel back 700 years to a fantasy Earth. The world is a gritty, dangerous place. The papacy is challenged by an antipope. The papal disbanded Templars recede into memory, and the Teutonic Order seems to be consuming magic, secularizing and growing in power. Two emperors battle within the Holy Roman Empire, and Hungary is at its height, but is being torn apart by a civil war. As they all fight amongst themselves, I expand rapidly and consume everything. The adventurers that call themselves the champions of the sun discovered that I am a vampire. Now they are trying to create a powerful weapon to destroy me. They will never succeed. While many have walked with these self-proclaimed champions, these are the present adventurers.
Only a city as grand, beautiful and powerful as Genoa could bear a man of my talent. Me? I am Naldo Renzi, treasure hunter, adventurer, master swordsman, and lover. In my journeys, I have learned of the adventures of the champions of the sun. They are just who I am looking for to assist me in the retrieval of the rare artifacts I seek, and heaven knows they could use my help in whatever they are up to.
I am Baldur, a Norseman, a soldier, and an eldritch knight. I left my home to leave politics behind, only to be dogged by it across Europe. I first met the Champions of the Sun outside a small town in Hungary. Together, we battled Ottoman raiders and vampires. The Champions gave me purpose again, and where it takes me, I know not, but I know I want to be a part of it.
I am Kip Caelan, Ranger of the North, and I am lost. Hailing all the way from Garin in Scotland, I have faced great tragedy, losing all those dear to me. I am haunted by that fateful night, and what was taken from me. I face defeat at every turn, attempting to enact revenge on those that did this to us. And when all my strength, resources, and allies, save for my trusted wolf Lycoa, was depleted, I stumbled upon the Champions of the Sun at the Battle of Sukkot. I decided to ally myself with these seemingly capable and worthy adventurers to aid me in putting the lost to rest. It is what she would want, or so she seems to indicate.
I am Gelila. I hail from far-off Ethiopia. With no brothers, my noble father indulged my obsession with self-defense. On business in Rome, my family was accosted, but my skills enable me to defeat our attackers. My desire to fight crime fueled. In my travels, I made a powerful enemy who may now pursue me. Near the Drusistine, I met a stoic knight and the Champions of the Sun. Now, in a strange land, I hope they can help me deliver justice to criminals, or death.
In these dark times, the dead rise and strike fear and feed on the living. I am Baron Andre Franz Hellwing II. I am dedicated to unlocking the forbidden secrets of my family. Through science and God, I strive to make the dead stay dead. Many fear what they do not understand. They run materials of the flesh.
I am Matthias, of the House of Bathory, Knight Baron of Carpathia. With my traveling companion, Ambria, I was dragged into a whirlwind path by a rogue monk. But those I have met since then have earned my respect, and, more importantly, my trust.
If you meet one who claims to be a champion of the sun, tell me their whereabouts. Better yet, kill them on sight. I will reward you handsomely. Welcome to Seven-Sided Dice Carpathian
Welcome, I'm Tom. Thanks for joining us. We're a group of gamers who get together in real life to play Dungeons and Dragons. Some of us are military, others are in construction, still others are retail managers, or fewer in IT, we're parents, students, etc. So we do this strictly for fun. We hope you enjoy it nonetheless. There were quite a few thank yous in our open, except one, you. We would like to thank you, our Twitch, Facebook, Kick, Twitter X followers, and our YouTube subscribers. Thank you for joining us. If you have not already, please follow on Twitch and on Kick, and please like on YouTube and Facebook. Please subscribe as well on YouTube. If during the stream you follow on Twitch, or if you subscribe on YouTube, your username will pop up on the screen. To all of you, to all of our subscribers, thank you. What happened in the last session? Leaving a fantasy Amsterdam, the party headed west. As they traveled, the party discussed their previous adventures, their current quests, and tried to put pieces together. The party briefly stayed in Breda, then continued on to Antwerpen the next day. Arriving late at night, the party, some reluctantly, found a tavern and heard tales of a giant named Langewappen. Naldo played a game of darts. The Baron reviewed their dead compatriots, that's Zymon's notes. The party then decided to try to find the giant Langewappen. Using Naldo as bait, they ventured into Antwerpen's narrow night streets. Trolling as they were, they, of course, encountered the giant Langewappen, and a fight ensued. With his two pixies, Langewappen gave Naldo a severe beating. Then the Baron froze the giant in place. However, Kip spoke with one of the sprites in Fey and tried to negotiate with them. The Baron joined in the endeavor. The sprites wanted the drunkard Naldo punished for his drunkenness. So Kip punched him and knocked him out. Having done so, and after much going back and forth, having watched the stream, I realized how long I let it go back and forth. They eventually reached an accord. Langewappen and his sprites would help the party defeat a demon in the form of a red dragon somewhere in France, and the party would help the sprites and Langewappen return to the land of the Fae. With that, Langewappen and his sprites melded back into the wall of a building, but could be called upon by the party when they met the dragon and when they reached the land of the Fae. It was late at night when the encounter ended, and rather than rest for the night, the party decided to press on through the night. Bypassing rest, most of the party was tired. but Kip and Mattias were literally exhausted. Having traveled through the night, as the sun rises, the party is approaching a city on the horizon. Welcome back, champions of the sun. I wish you good times, great rolls, and happy adventuring. You guys are outside of a city. It is, you had pressed on the next morning. You had pressed on through the day. It is starting to become dusk. The sun is slowly lowering on the horizon. What are you guys doing? There is a road around the town if you wish to continue.
Surely you want to sleep now?
We can sleep now.
We shall find out the name of this town and spend the evening, get some rest.
What does it matter what the name is?
So we know where we are.
Oh, well,
It is useful.
I thought like maybe you couldn't go in towns that started with the letter H or something.
This
Only
is,
the towns that have red.
as long as I'm welcomed.
Okay.
All
It is uncomfortable when you are not welcome.
It's very true. You don't want to feel like you never
Pulling
want
a
to feel like
steak
an
out of his
outsider. All
Yeah,
right, let's head in then.
we go to town.
Okay, you approach the town. It's a medium-sized town, not walled. You get a brief kind of depiction there in the center of it, of the center of the town as you walk into it. As you do, there's a large crowd gathering in the center of the town. You can see everybody speaking in a variation of French. Balder speaks French. I think the rest of you can kind of pick up a little
Baron
bit.
speaks French as well.
He does.
Yeah,
okay. The Baron picks up on what is going on. In the center of the town square, there's a large gathering of people. They seem to be congregated around this large device in the center of the town square. The device itself looks something like a large merry-go-round with green dragons' necks and heads protruding from it. Behind, there's multiple heads going around on this thing. Behind each of the dragon's heads, there is a seat and a lever next to that seat. What are you guys doing?
This has piqued my interest.
What do you think the commotion's about?
I don't know.
Let us go see. Why not?
Sure.
Okay, as you slowly approach the area there, several of the townspeople see you coming, and they turn to you, and they come over and they kind of grab you, and they're like, "Hey, you're not from around here, then, are you?" You don't understand them, but they're speaking. You understand. He says, "You're not from around here, right?"
We are not.
Oh, will you help us then? We need someone who is unbiased, if you will.
I may not want to disappoint you, but I have very many biases.
Well, I mean, you don't know any of the prisoners in the town, I'm assuming, correct?
No. Sure, how can I help?
Well, can you and your compatriot help?
I'll translate over to them what they're asking
Help
of me.
with what?
Well, with the Lumicon.
What is this Lumicon?
The Lumicon, you sit in the seats, and as it spins, you pull the lever, and it shoots forth a spew of fire.
Are you asking us to participate in this device?
Yes.
That is not going to happen.
Why not?
We are not interested in
Very well.
being judged.
What does it?
I'll explain
You
it to
don't want
them.
to shoot some fire? Why not?
I'll explain it to them. It shoots the fire at you.
At us? Or do
believe
we
so.
pull the levers?
Sure, they all point
fire.
out. You're standing
I believe
behind.
he said something about being judged, right?
Well, the prisoners, he said.
Oh.
We are not.
Does he want us to shoot the fire at the prisoners?
We are
I
unbiased.
believe so, yes.
Well, we are to judge the prisoners
And
to be
decide
shot with fire.
Unbiasedly.
Yes.
Unbiasedly.
I have no wish to participate in
I feel like I have to translate with Brian's.
the punishment of...
Or barbaric.
Sounds a little macabre, huh?
I have no interest in corporal punishment.
Just make sure he wants us to burn the prisoners, because I think it would be fun to ride around and shoot
wish
fire.
for us to cast judgment on the prisoners.
Several other people came up. Oh, please help us. Yes, yes.
You wish for us to cast judgment on the prisoners, and
No, not cast judgment. Judgment has already been cast. Yes, yes.
you want us to carry out the punishment.
Well, you sit in the seats, and the Lumicon spins in one direction, and the prisoners, the condemned, walk around it in the opposite direction. You have so much, but you don't know how much. How do you say, fluid in the dragons? And when the fluid runs out, if the prisoners are still alive, then it was meant to be, by God, and they are let free.
I'll explain to them that I do not wish to have any part of these.
What if the prisoners are witches?
What are the crimes?
That is a very personal mark, all right? That's because you know me, and I have a thing against witches.
What if they are vampires?
It's still daylight, right?
It's getting toward dusk.
These prisoners are not vampires. They would not be able to be in the sunlight still.
Where are the prisoners?
All right, but what did they do? Did they steal a loaf of bread, or did they do the stabby?
And I do not believe the fire would kill the vampires either way.
But they don't know that.
I do not let me keep you from participating. It is not a wishes.
What are they guilty of?
There are all sorts of crimes. They are heinous crimes that they have been condemned to death for. In murder, taking advantage of, women in nasty ways.
Is this not
gross
also
theft.
murder? Is this not also be considered murder?
Oh, no. They have been condemned to death already. No. This is merely an opportunity for redemption.
So why is it that you need a biased participant?
No,
If they have already been
unbiased.
condemned,
Unbiased. I mean,
an
somebody...
unbiased participant, if they've already been condemned to death, why not carry out such judgments and acts?
Well,
yourself?
you are strangers. You might not, shall we say, be excessively zealous in the pursuit of one versus another.
So you have doubts about the significance of their punishment. You may not believe that they are entirely guilty.
Well, that is for God to decide by the Lumicon.
But you are asking us to decide.
I'm asking you to...
The one that was offended doesn't ride the dragon and just aim for the one person that offended them.
It does not sound
They
like
want
they
somebody
have...
to shoot randomly.
It does not sound like they have the ability. The amount of fire is unknown.
I will go for a ride. Will you come with me?
I will observe.
All right.
Okay, well, at least one. You get up onto the Lumicon. This may be their lucky day.
Well, we should find their crimes first. We should find out who they are.
He said murder.
Or does that change the bias opinion?
I believe that is the...
I just wanted to make sure, it wasn't for a frivolous crime.
But what if they were wrongly judged, and you burn them unknowingly? Is that not some form of murder?
I mean, they were all judged
By?
No, for the judges in the town.
But can they be trusted? How many people have you known that we have come against in power that judge?
You think that guy is
wrongly?
powerful? He doesn't look that powerful. It's entertainment for the people.
I'll lean over. According to some towns, we would be the prisoners. Our faces are on those posters.
My face is not on that poster. I have not been caught doing anything. And I don't have pointy ears.
Sorry, I don't have pointy ears. But just saying, what if they were us? And they were wrongly judged as bad actors and murderers. Wrongly.
Well, I mean, that's always a possibility, but you never know. I mean...
I must agree with Kalen here. I cannot get behind such actions.
You would
They have
rather
done
they
no
all
harm
just
to me.
be hung and have no chance at
Rather-
being spared.
Rather hear.
Or
what
face the guillotine
I'd rather.
and all lose their head.
learn
At least
what the-
this gives them a chance.
what is
This
the
is
prize?
entertainment,
This
is what it is.
Well, I mean, why not have a little joy in something that is...
Evil?
Punishment is not evil. Punishment is justice.
Killing another could be
Justice.
considered evil.
Justice is subjective. By whom is deciding the justice?
If perhaps I was convinced otherwise that these were guilty participants, that I could possibly agree, but I knew nothing of these people. I know nothing of their crimes.
Well, I don't think we have time to read transcripts of, like, the judging process.
Therefore, I
Looks
would
like
say,
the ride is ready to go.
Therefore, I would say that it is not our place to participate.
What if you get on and you close your eyes? That's why you don't even see who you're aiming fire at.
I will not stop you. However, I will not participate.
Okay, this is fine. Are you sure you haven't changed your mind?
No, I am in the
Close your-
Baron's court here.
Close your eyes.
No, I am good. I can still see probably.
No, all right. Fair enough. All right. Let's go.
Naldo, they help you up onto the center of the Lumicon. They give you sit in a seat, and the crowd cheers as you get up onto it. They're kind of disappointed that there's not more people to actually go and actually operate the other seats that are empty around you.
Is there like food carts and things like
Yes,
that?
it's a
'cause I want like
large-
one of those turkey legs right now.
There's a large square. He
I'm
doesn't.
gonna aim for the turkey leg.
He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to spray anybody with fire, but he'll eat a turkey leg.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, it sounds okay. I mean,
I want to get a turkey leg.
Okay, so you managed to find a turkey leg for a couple copper pieces. You pull it out of Boulder's pocket. They get you up onto the seat. It's a large device. Again, describing it as best description as possible, like a large merry-go-round. There's these green dragon necks sticking out, and on the end of the necks are heads protruding from it. And behind each one is the seat, and you can tell that it's going to spin around. They get you onto the seat. There's no seat belt or anything like that. It's just, and they're just immediately to either side are some levers, and they seem to be together, just as in basically thrust it forward and aft.
Okay.
And as you do, as you sit there in the seat, this once seated, the merry-go-round with the green necks and heads starts to spin clockwise around and around, and it's picking up speed as it's going.
Question for visualization. Are the heads facing the seat in front of them, or are they facing out?
Great question. They are facing directly out.
Okay, so like the seat behind him can't burn him.
Correct.
All right.
No, they are
That's how I was picturing
all
this.
of the heads and necks are
nobody else on the
pointing
ride.
outward.
You also get really hot back here.
Are pointing outward. They're pointing outward from the merry-go-round itself. So you're sitting in this seat facing outward from the merry-go-round, and things are starting to spin around and around as you're sitting in this seat. And then to the rest of you, it's a little bit more evident. They start to bring out the condemned. These prisoners are brought out. They're brought out to the center of the courtyard. Yes, they're brought out to the center of the courtyard, and the crowd just starts going wild, listening, as they're brought out, and they also start to back up slightly farther away from the Lumicon itself.
Yeah, I'm gonna back up
trying
too. I'm gonna push
move
Baron back too because he's not paying attention.
slightly farther away. And as you are spinning clockwise, the prisoners are brought up to just outside the edge of the Lumicon, and they are moving the opposite direction. So where you're going clockwise, they are spinning counterclockwise. And so they're literally going by like a blur as you're sitting there in the seat. And And you are up. You have the levers there, and go ahead. And what are you doing?
I'll count to like 6.
6. And you go ahead and you pull back on the levers.
Before you melt anybody's faces, when we see the prisoners coming out, like, what do they look like? Is there like 5-year-olds walking, or
this is very important. This is very important.
I can't
This
tell.
is
what
very
they look
boring.
This is very important.
Oh, I think you said it's very
not
boring.
No. This is hilarious. Is what this is.
Or disturbing. Hilarious or disturbing.
Okay.
I mean, if they're a bunch of children, it's disturbing.
No.
All right, well, I'm just saying, because that makes a difference.
What if they're guilty thieving murderers? Then they
But
deserve
what if they
to
look good?
There's no.
Nobody we know for sure. Nobody that looks familiar, right? That's like the first thing you want to look for, besides kids.
You don't see anyone you recognize among the prisoners to the extent, and Naldo, you can barely see anything at all. It's just going by in a blur. You look at them; they look like thugs and misfits. Some might be white collar crime, but it's definitely a mishmash of adults and middle-aged adults and older adults. Some are clearly nefarious looking characters. Others are just have this look of fear on their faces at that point. You go up and you pull back on the levers. As you pull back, the whole thing just sort of rocks. Give me a DC 12 dex save, a DC 12 con save, and also a DC 15 wisdom check to hit something.
My lord, please forgive me for not intervening.
I got a 13 on the dex and a 16 on the con, and I rolled a 6 for the last one. What's the last one?
Okay, the last one was to hit something. Okay, so as you're spinning around, you feel like you're about to be tossed out of the seat itself, but you manage to stay in the seat, and as you're spinning around as well, you feel a little bit of bile coming up in your throat, but you manage to choke it down. You had squeezed off the trigger at that point, and the flame shot forth, and it didn't hit anyone at that point.
It's the judgment of God.
Roll one.
It is the judgment of God.
1d6,
I will walk
please.
out in front and hold my hand up.
Roll.
It is the judgment of God.
Oh, 1. Okay.
That these prisoners are not to be harmed.
Oh, 1. And you're still spinning around, and the prisoners are there in front of you. What do?
1,
Reload.
3, 4.
You go and you pull back, and when you pull back, having rolled a 1, you feel as though your jets ran out of fuel.
God has determined that these people are not to be punished this day.
Put me in another seat!
There's another seat right next to you. You can try and jump over to it.
Walking over.
As it's spinning around clockwise.
Yeah, I'll try to get another seat.
Okay, give me an acrobatics or check, if you will.
Ooh, a 9.
A 9! You go and you reach up and you try and grab on. Give me one more acrobatics check to see if you stay on.
That'll be a 16.
A 16! You didn't make it into the seat, but you were still holding on to the machine as it's spinning all the way around and around. You can try and get into the seat again.
Yeah, I'll try to drag myself in.
Okay. And the crowd is roaring with excitement seeing you try to get into another seat. Roll. What'd you roll?
Another 10.
A 10. You managed to get into the other seat. You're sitting there. The prisoners going by are a blur to you two standing out there. You see they were like, and then some dejected faces like,
And as soon as I get in, I'll grab the two handles and pull back.
Okay, you grab the two handles and you pull back. Give me a 2 DC 12 a dex save, a con save, and a DC 15 wisdom check.
Made the dex, failed the con.
Okay.
And a DC 12 wisdom.
15 wisdom.
15. 14.
14. You feel like you were about to get rocked out of the seat, but you stayed in the seat. But some bile came up and just like kind of spit some out. You pulled the levers on, and again, you didn't hit anybody. It just flew past. Roll a d6, please.
A 3.
A 3. Okay, what are you doing?
The Lord has
Squeeze again?
spoken.
I'll try to
These prisoners are not to be harmed this day.
try to wipe off my shoulder. Boom, one more time.
You pull away, roll the D12, DC 12, DC 12, and DC 15.
Failed the dex.
Oh.
Critical fail on the con.
It is the
And I got a 15 on the last roll.
Oh, okay, 15. So you, as you pulled back on the levers, you were thrown out of the device and literally tossed. And you said you did fail the second con, or the?
Yeah, I failed the con.
You failed
critical fail.
The critical fail, and just vomit went spewing all over yourself.
thrown out.
It is in your eyes, but you did hit somebody, and the flames just sizzled the one out of the 10 prisoners, and he bursts into green flame, and you were laying outside of it as it slowly spins down. People come up to you and they're patting you on the back as the guards go around and they undo the manacles on the other prisoners and let them go.
I'm gonna go up to the person who's hit with the flames.
No.
And I'm gonna cast Spare the Dying on them.
Oh, okay. You cast Spare the Dying on them.
Like I'm gonna hover over them and to do like,
I'm sure they'll let
may
you
the
know.
Lord bless you, and I will do the sign of a cross on their forehead. But while I do it, I'm casting Spare the
the other
Dying.
direction.
Okay.
That was fun.
He coughed.
Well, he just remains at 0 hit points.
Oh,
But
okay.
he won't die. It doesn't bring them to 1. It just makes it so that they won't, like, I guess it just, what do you call it?
Stabilizes
It
them.
stabilizes
It
them.
stabilizes
It's
them.
Several
Zero.
guards come over and pick up. One grabs each arm, one grabs each leg, and they're kind of hauling him off at this point.
Like, seems dead to me.
The others come up to you. Thank you. Merci.
That's what I say. Tell them to go to. Where's our people? Are they at Constantinople gathering? Where's our little mercenary army?
Yeah, Constantinople.
It's Constantinople, right?
Yeah.
Tell them to go to Constantinople if they wanna. If they owe us. We didn't kill them. This was all a ploy.
Oh, the prisoners.
The prisoners that are coming up to thank us.
Okay.
On behalf of the champions of the sun.
The
Join
Lord
the
has
mercenary
spared
army.
you all today.
Merci.
You are fortunate
I think
to
I
have
can
survived.
make it. I think I can make it.
Whatever ill will you have brought to this world, the Lord has forgiven you.
Some of them are like, thank you. Others are like, yeah.
He asks a favor of you.
What?
You are to protect his world now and do your part to rid the world of its evil.
And how
He
do I
asked
do
you
that?
to make it your mission to travel to Constantinople.
That is so far away.
It's okay. The will of man is strong, and your will to survive is strong.
Roll a
You do-
persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. If you do not,
What will happen?
the Lord
Will smite
will
you
may bestow a curse upon you.
A curse.
A curse. He asked of you today, he spared your life today. He asks this of you now. Natural 20.
Of course, we will go. And anyone who refuses to go, I will make them go. Yes, to Constantinople. And what are we to do there?
You are to join a gathering that is training to fight back against an evil threat to the world. You shall seek them out there.
Very well, thank you.
And I will cast light on my hand, and on each one of them I'll put my hand on their head. You were like, the Lord blesses each of you. He may protect you on your journey.
Thank you. Merci. Merci beaucoup.
And remember, the Lord
And we will go.
will reward those good souls. Be good to his fellow man.
We will go. We will go. And anyone who refuses to go, I will kill them. Because I have killed many. For far less.
Just the kind of people we need.
I have killed just for a few copper. I promise you, they will all go.
The Lord will remember this.
Thank you. Merci.
Give him a couple gold.
I'm going
for
to take
the
a
journey.
mental note of this person, who they are.
Okay.
Okay.
You burn it into your
Yeah.
skull
Oh, yeah.
exactly what their face looks like. He has this grizzled face. He has a beard kind of like Mark's beard, kind of like half beard.
Okay.
Many people.
I will remember him.
Okay, the crowd slowly moves away from the town square.
Oh, that was very clever of you to help us recruit so many.
What are you talking about?
I think you have many issues.
You do have many issues.
That was great fun. You really missed out. Instead, you've enlisted murder.
You got a little something like
You've enlisted murderers to our cause. How is that any more
Murderers.
divine or right?
you saw it. The Lord spared them. and-
Sometimes bad company is the best kind
I
of
just
company
hadn't
to have
used the
in a fight.
machine before, and I ate a little bit to go, and that played against me.
I believe.
Do you think this is a daily thing? Maybe tomorrow I can do better.
I do not hope to be here tomorrow. I hope to be moved on. Let us find a place of rest for the evening.
Sure.
You look about town, and very quickly you see a tavern up ahead. As you might guess, it has, given the town's propensity for dragons, there's a large green dragon head dangling. It doesn't look real. It looks like it's carved out of wood, dangling in front of this tavern.
It is interesting they have such interesting dragons.
Indeed. We should
Little do
ask.
they know what is coming their way.
We should ask about the motif.
You go in, or
Oh,
what do you
yes.
do?
Yes.
Okay, you go into the tavern itself, and
Always keeping an eye out for that guy too, by the way.
okay, as you keep an eye out for him. Understood. You go into the tavern, and you can see that it's a fairly raucous evening, having the crowd having migrated from the town square into the tavern, the few taverns in this fairly small town. Someone says to you, "Bonjour, bonjour, comment allez-vous?"
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
Bonjour.
Les poissons.
Oui, très bien. And but you
guest.
quickly find bien guests, yes. You quickly find a seat, no problem at all, inside the tavern. Someone brings over and says to you, "Do you want the house drink?" And they say to you in French,
What is the house drink?
"The house drink is cachet de dragon."
Very good, yes.
Yes, okay.
Good service.
I have no idea what that
Naldo,
was.
come in. Stop with the ride.
I need practice!
It's a fairly good time inside the tavern. As you're inside, they bring over these large flagons of ale, and as you look inside of them in the warm light of the tavern, it's dark and comfortable in here. You look inside; it's a green ale inside of it.
Yeah, sniff it, swirl it, lap it up a little bit.
It's very off-putting. You've been hanging around the dog too much.
Give him my turkey bone. What's it taste like, Tom?
You taste it, It has a it's sweet, it's warm, it has a somewhat spicy flavor to it, not like just like a little hint of pepper, if you will. And as it kind of burns,
Not bad.
and somebody says to you, "You're supposed to drink it straight down."
Oh, the Baron does not drink anything. He doesn't drink it. It
Kipple
sits
drink
in
it
front
straight
of
down.
him. It
Huh?
just sits
Kipple
right
do
in
it.
front of him.
He drinks the whole thing. You feel a little warmth building in your chest. You feel a burp coming up. Roll a con save.
That's a 3.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20, you can hold the burp in if you want. You let your burp go without even, you try to hold it in. And as you do, a little green flame shoots straight out in front of you.
I'm gonna laugh. That was awesome.
I'm gonna burp too.
You manage to force it out.
I don't want that coming out the other end.
Someone says to you in French, and you translate it to them, I hope, don't drink more than one at a time without burping. Otherwise, if you have a burp, it will be a very large burp. And then the flames will spew quite far forward, and you may hurt someone.
Good to know.
You both have much to work on your etiquette abilities.
What?
Your etiquette.
Why?
What, for burping?
Your politeness. It is very rude.
Burping is a compliment.
Yeah.
Not where I'd come from. It is
Better
very
out
rude.
than in, you've never heard?
That's what I always say.
I knew a girl named Fiona one time that told me that very same thing.
You know.
I met her in a cave.
Alright. Well, maybe one is enough.
No, he said we could have more than one. We just have to burp in between.
Well, maybe one more.
They bring around a few more rounds around as you guys are sitting there. And he says, do you need rooms for the night?
Yes.
Yes?
That would be very good.
Okay, with the drinks, do you need food?
Yeah.
Food for my friends.
I lost all mine on the.
Yeah. For you, the food, he says to you, and you don't understand, but for you it is free. You can eat for free. They bring over a large bowl of it, looks like with ladles and scoop it into smaller bowls of a porridge with chunks of meat in it. It is, of course, frogs. But it is very good. Why you look like that?
I was just hoping for le poisson.
Yeah, well, there is a lot of frogs coming from Western France, so it is a good time of the year for frog.
And that is what we have heard.
Yes. They bring over some more drinks. He collects up some gold from Balder for the lot of you.
It's so funny that you just
take it from Balder, chalk off 10 gold.
Take it from Balder. All right.
Pardon me.
Yes.
What is the interest in the dragons in this town? What is the history?
Oh, the town, it is the symbol of the town. I think a green dragon once came here a long time ago. And he spared the town. He was going to destroy the town, but we gave him beer. And he liked our beer so much that he said, I will not destroy your town. And then he left.
A green dragon, you say?
Yes, a green dragon.
Has he ever returned?
To be honest, it might just be a legend. But I'm not sure.
You familiar with the green dragon?
We are. What was his name? That's the guy. What the dragon's name was.
Oh, what was the green dragon's name?
Bourge de Dragon Vert.
How do you spell that?
Phonetic.
I'm not even gonna try it.
Bourge.
Bourge? Something?
That's that.
A Bourge. At least I think that's what it was.
What year was this?
What year is it?
The year of our Lord,
What is it right now?
1323.
1323?
See.
This year is 1323.
I'm guessing, well, if this is, my math is not that good. So 1323, let's say it was 300 years ago. That would make it what? 500? Year 500. Yes.
I think your math may be a little bit off, but it is a very long time ago.
Yes, we don't have a very good school system here.
What's the
I
name
can
of this
see
town?
that.
What
What's
town
that?
are we in now?
What city is this? What town is this?
This is Mons.
Mons.
Spelling everything horribly. Bouge the Green Dragon.
Your friend knows how to write?
Yes, he comes from a place with a very good education system.
Well, perhaps he would like to stay and run our education system.
We'll talk about capital punishment.
Yeah.
Day one.
Yeah. how frequently do you do such punishment in the city with the dragons burning? Is that a very common?
We normally do it like with the seasons. You know, here we are at the fall, so it's such a pretty day out with the leaves changing colors. It seems like a very appropriate time to have a celebration.
Appropriate.
Yes, it's very, very festive.
It seems so.
Do you not think so?
I do not. No.
Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way.
You have to make room
For what?
for more prisoners.
Well, you let them all go, but that is neither here nor there.
That was the will of God.
Yes, you're right. That was the will of God. Yes.
As it was explained to me as I come in.
You are
God
correct.
to pass the
That is,
judgment.
I am out of line. You are so correct. I would never be one to question God's will. No.
You should not.
Ask him what the beer was that they gave the dragon, if they still serve it.
Was there a particular brand of beer that was served to the dragon?
Oh, well, what you are drinking, your friends are drinking, is Crochet de Dragon.
That is the recipe that was.
Well, it is. I think it has been colored since then, but it was. That is pretty much the. I think it is now green to celebrate the green dragon, but Crochet de Dragon.
Is there a great amount of this beer, or is it? Where is it?
Well, we
is
have
it
a lot of beer.
created?
Yes, I mean there's all kinds of wheat fields around here, so
So
we
this
have
is
a lot
the
of
house. It's the house selection of beer.
throughout the town. But yes,
Oh, throughout the town. I'll pass it all that information.
Yeah.
So.
We have a cart, right?
Do you have a cart?
I want to buy a barrel of it. Of the beer.
Okay. Can we purchase the beer by the?
of course
by the
you
barrel?
can. Of course you can.
Okay, we will take 2 barrels of the beer.
2 barrels. I mean, like little barrels or like big barrels.
Barrels that'll fit on the cart.
That's a big barrel.
Yeah, big barrel. I just.
But he went little barrel,
You want like
that's
little barrels,
like not
or
a growler, like a keg,
yes, you want like a keg, or
keg,
you want
yeah,
like
a keg.
a drum.
a keg,
Oh yes, very
2
well.
kegs.
Very,
Maybe
very.
a little one too for us.
Well, that's why I got the 2 for you and Balder. Well,
right.
At least 1 for Balder.
Yes. 4 gold. That'll be fine.
Balder, pay the man. 14 gold,
Okay.
Ryan.
I will go out and dance while everybody is.
Do I see that prisoner guy celebrating?
Roll an investigation check.
Oh, that's not good, too.
You look around, you scan the crowd, you do see some seedy-looking people, but you do not see him.
Okay.
So you're dancing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm having a good time.
I have a dilemma that I wanted to run by you.
Okay. I do not think we should kill Naldo yet. I believe he might be.
That is not my dilemma.
Oh, okay.
That is likely a easy decision if the time comes.
Anticipating. Or perhaps hoping.
The champions of the sun have evolved over time, at least before me, during my time, and likely after me. But with the power that we are up against, Gazi, whom you've heard about, and you know the power of the vampire and what they bring.
And you?
Some of my previous counterparts, who you've heard of, Borinth and maybe Jumnus and even Balder, we started recruiting individuals and sending them to Constantinople to hopefully form an army to help us combat against Osmagazi's army. And that is why we sent, if they go, of course. So
it is the word of God they will go.
Oh yes, we'll see.
Where they shall be punished 100 deaths.
Agreed. The army that we are building down there, I don't know how it's faring or how it's doing, and we should touch base. But I think recruiting people for this cause is important, and continuing to do so. I think that's what we'd wanted to do, because the next time we face Gazi, it won't be just us versus Gazi. It will be us versus an army. I have had the ability to potentially negotiate and bring on hired mercenaries, which was not a popular opinion of my other party members, the other champions. You seem open to that.
I am, yes. It is, throughout history, it has been normal practice. Many holy armies were built upon the mercenary. It is God's will to decide if they will to fight or not.
Yes, so usually they fight for coin, and the end result might turn the tide for peace in the world, you know? I mean, we would steamroll Baldur's bank account, because I certainly don't have the funds to hire mercenaries, but I do have connections.
Mankind has always had their vices, whether it be gold, or women, or alcohol, or booze.
I just know that usually getting in league with these unscrupulous characters might lend ourselves to owe favors or deals that we may not align with our moral compasses.
The Lord will determine. We will know at the time. We must keep all avenues of success open to us.
Okay. And I will consider
my understanding, my conversations with Balder, is that these armies are merely a distraction. It is a way of handling the greater forces of Gazi, while the champions of the sun were to cut off the head of the snake.
That is correct. But without the appropriate size of the army, what distraction would it be?
A formidable force is required. Yes.
All right, I will consider it and maybe reach out to some connections.
What connections are you referring to?
I have the ability to speak to I don't know what to call him, a head mercenary by the name of Kushatsma. And that's not what I want. Where's Kushatsma?
Where do we meet?
He was a servant of Gazi's, but in the form of mercenary. He is open to the highest bidder, really. I don't know that he has pure loyalty to Gazi, but he has a wide reach of being able to recruit mercenaries. We ran into him in Sagut, and he was transporting a powder, a fine red powder that causes the mercenaries to almost berserk and become a formidable army. It was like a drug. And he has asked me at one point to help him transport this drug. I did not take him up on that offer because the champions were against being in league with him. But the more I think about it, I feel that with the right amount of funds, we can grow a mercenary army, and the army that we can gain would also be Gazi's loss.
I am willing to rely upon an army of whatever power we could use in order to stop these threats. If we do not act, the amount of innocent lives will be lost.
I agree.
That will far surpass those of the lives of the mercenaries we hire.
I mean, mercenaries might not always be trustworthy as well. I've seen mercenaries run at the moment the army engages, but I do not think that we have enough in this world to help us. And if we could weaken an army and strengthen ours at the same time, it might be worth trying to open that channel of communication once again.
I am open to all avenues of success.
What would you say about
an army of the undead? Very much so. I would be willing to create such a thing. Give me some time to gather up my powers.
Because I might also know where there's an army of undead.
Now you are speaking what I am familiar with. Where is such an army of the undead?
There was an island that we were transported to. I'd have to recollect how we potentially get there, but this island had swarms of undead, swarms of Zedward, and there were a lot of them.
We fled. Fascinating to me.
We were forced to flee. You can imagine such a formidable force that even the champions had to flee.
Give me all the details about these islands that you can recall. And I'll start jotting notes down and I'm writing back in Simon's book. I'm writing
best
down
to his recollection of the Colosseum.
Lots of notes.
We were in the Colosseum.
You totally got the Baron's attention. He's just like fascinated right now.
Yeah, and we touched the crystal, or not to touch it. We touched something. It
was a crystal.
It was a crystal, right?
It was the crystal powering some source. Like, what power was the crystal? Was it emanating any power? Was it have anything to do with the undead?
I don't know. That was
a crystal that could control the undead. Would be very powerful.
Hey, what are you guys talking about? You guys gonna come out and dance?
Oh,
it's a good time. There's lots of ladies.
In addition to mercenaries, undead.
You want no fun. No fun!
I also have the ability to communicate with a green dragon.
A green dragon? What is the name of this green dragon?
It is Draco Prasini. We met him on the coast off of Italy.
Could this be the same green dragon?
Possibly, and I would very much like to send Draco Prasini a barrel of this beer, because if it is the same dragon, favors, allies are good and making friends are better.
It is a long way to send a barrel of beer.
I realize we got the barrel. I hadn't thought it
communicate to the dragon?
I may have a way, yes.
Perhaps the dragon would be willing to come to us.
So I thought about that. But
just a beer?
I don't want him to destroy this town either. So
But the beer worked before.
So the question that I had was, relationships build themselves to favors and friendships, and if we could build those, then the question would be, do we use, say, the power of a green dragon as an ally against a red dragon, or against Gazi directly?
How important is it for you to know whether or not these are the same green dragons?
Not very important, but very intriguing, because what is better than one green dragon? Two. But two, my friend.
It takes a good amount of my powers to ask my lord for guidance in such situations. It is possible that I could have a conversation with God to find out if this is the proper drug.
I mean, well, I don't share the same faith in your God. It's, I do believe that you do. If that is something that you are willing to do, then maybe that might be a good course of action.
It comes at a great cost. But
I mean, if you need
it is a
soul,
possibility.
I volunteer. Our friend Naldo.
I was the last volunteer. You saw me get thrown.
This is true.
And then you punched me in the face!
This was all part of the plan.
This also brings me to another.
You are the bait next time.
This is something you also may be interested in. With even more power, I may be able to, in a sense, have eyes on a subject of our choosing, such as Gazi. I would need some sort of attachment to him. I have not met him by myself, but I would need some type of attachment, like an object or a piece of him. But with such things, I could get eyes on Gazi and see what he is, where he is, perhaps what he is doing.
Well, if you hug Balder, he's got the thing right in his armor.
The amulet.
The amulet, yes. If that was directly that was something very personal to Gazi. That would be sufficient.
That could be interesting. See what he is up to. See if he's here. If he has traveled to France, maybe the Red Demon is not the only one that we might come up against, and knowing that ahead of time would be wise.
It comes at a great cost, and it is time-consuming. I would need a very protective place to be to perform such a task.
Maybe if you sit in the center of the loop-de-loo.
The dragon machine?
Yes. Yeah. We could sit on the outside, and anybody that comes near us, we can pull some levers.
Why don't we just go upstairs and lock the door to the room?
It's more fun. You know, of all people.
Yeah, that's safe enough.
Couldn't we go hide behind the chainsaws?
Well, now you just want to spray fire on people that are simply inquisitive, but you didn't want to burn convicted criminals.
Yes. We can go upstairs. It was a joke and all that.
So we have decisions to make. We can either. Well, I can do both. It will come at a great cost.
How far are we from Paris?
From Paris, like 5. We were like 7 days.
5 days, maybe.
So it might be a good time to formulate a plan besides just going to Paris and looking for a dragon.
I mean, we don't know if Gazi's going to be with them or not.
Correct.
What other kind of plan do we need?
I mean, the more information, the better.
I suppose. All right.
Looking at your map, you pull it out, and you're in Mons. You figure, just a quick glance, you're probably a day out of a town called Saint-Quentin, a day further to a town called Campion, and then a day to Paris itself.
Okay,
Like
3 days.
3 days.
I have a friend in San Quentin. His name was Johnny.
As for the
He had
great job
a very tough time holding on to his cash.
Hit the button. Stop.
You hit it? There you go.
The token hit it on the way down into the
This is a sign.
All right.
So we eat up, we rest up, and then we do what
I
you
need
need
a
to do.
favor. I need to find that man who we had freed today.
He should be on his way to Constantinople.
I need to check to make sure he has not. See if he has left the town yet.
Do you have any
Why?
item on him? You can see him
No,
like you saw
this is too
Gazi?
powerful for that.
Why what do you need him for?
The Lord has spoken to me. He is not a good man.
Well, no kidding. That was why he was set up for burning.
This is the will of God.
He could be redeemed.
The will of God would have been all three of us sitting in the machine,
I
having
do not
fun
agree
together.
with you. I do not agree with you on that. So I will take one more look around. I have a gut feeling that this guy is celebrating as opposed to...
I will look around as well.
Yeah, I guess I'll look around since you're
Okay.
desperately
asking.
asking for help.
You guys
drawing me
scan the room. It's actually quieted down quite a bit. There's not as many people in here anymore. The musicians have packed up and moved on. Roll an investigation check.
Holy hell, is that Gelila
Natural 20.
in the corner?
Natural 20.
Natural 20. It's right
You
there.
s-
I will take pictures.
23.
17. Oh wait, what is it? It's investigation? 18.
All of you scan the room, and again, it's not very crowded. Dark room, low beams, the flicker of the warm light. The musician's gone. There's behind the bar, there's the barkeep. He looks over at you, looking around and thinking, another round? He kind of gives that look. There's still enough people in there for you to scan, but you are positive he is not there.
Okay.
I do not see him, Batman.
The Lord is driving him to Constantinople.
Okay.
I mean, he could just be in another tavern.
On his way to Constantinople.
I must believe it did not be the will of God at this time.
Maybe we'll find him outside.
Perhaps.
But we're not going outside. We're going upstairs.
Let's go for a stroll. I will go for a stroll. I will go for a small stroll through the streets.
Do you want to go alone?
Oh,
or do
wherever we
you
are.
need
I
company?
will go alone.
Oh, right. Fair
It's a
enough.
short
Famous
stroll.
last words.
Have fun. You could sneak after him. Could. I could if I so desired.
You notice in the light of the tavern that the Baron is looking a little,
Peakish?
like a little older for some reason. He's just a little grayer, it's gray, even more gray. A little older.
It's because we pushed through. It's because we pushed through the night. It was rough on you.
Yes. I'm very tired. Okay.
All right, go for your stroll.
Gelila was conspicuously missing for a little while. She comes up and
Welcome back.
sits down at the table next
She's
to you.
healthy. She's Comic-Con now.
What are you guys doing? It's night. You have rooms upstairs. The place is definitely quieting down.
Baron's going for a small stroll.
Okay. The Baron ventures out into the streets. It's fairly quiet. It's dark. The town looks like that during the day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not lit by any stretch.
Okay.
There's very little moonlight,
Okay.
so it's dark. Your eyes slowly adjust to the streets. You're right off the town square. You wander over toward where the Lumicon is. It's sitting there. And it seems to have been kind of tied into place and
Okay.
clearly been emptied of whatever was in it.
Okay.
And you might see a few people here and there, but pretty much it's empty
Okay.
except to yourself. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna kind of circle around, just go like around the block, kind of work my way, start back towards the tavern. Just kind of looking for that guy. Still, just got a feeling, I got a hunch. So I'm just kind of keep my eye open for it. That's all.
Okay. You
For any
wander.
Other maybe wrongdoings or something like that. Just looking for not so good people.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
Dexter on us.
It's a 7.
You round a corner and you see a couple in the corner. They appear to be in a passionate embrace. You continue on. You thought you saw some movement off to one side, a little bit farther down the street, but you didn't see anything in particular.
Okay. Okay. just keep kind of circling around and work my way back to the tavern.
You eventually do make your way back toward the tavern. Your party members are still at the table.
Yeah.
Did you find what you were looking for?
I'm gonna burp.
Unfortunately, not. I did
A
not.
small green flame shoots forth. He says to you, and you don't understand him, but he says in French, be careful with that.
Ah!
I am tired. I believe I will retire for the evening.
All right. When do you want to do the things you were talking about? Tomorrow? How long do you need?
It's gonna at least be tomorrow.
I think it is important to pick the right time of day, perhaps, to get good vision into the location of where he might be.
All right.
If it is in the evening, I may not be able to identify his location.
Okay. Oh, so it's bright when you... Yeah, that makes
Yes.
sense.
Yes, because we believe that there is some possibly traveling up the coast. Correct?
True. Yeah. All right. So tomorrow then we will...
Yes. Perhaps while we out in the wilderness might be better.
Well, you can do it while we're traveling. You sit in the cart and do it?
If we stop,
All
perhaps,
right.
yes.
Okay. Good. We
better
never
than
stop for lunch. This
closer
would be
corners.
fantastic.
Yes.
All right, well,
You're so concerned about manners and things. Never stop for lunch.
Kip will retire. He's going to bed. He's tired.
Yeah.
The lot of you go ahead and retire for the evening. The rooms are comfortable, nothing fancy by any stretch of the imagination. Straw mattresses covered with ticking, and plain rooms, but comfortable rooms. Unless you do anything else, overnight you complete a short rest if you want to have done so.
Yeah.
The morning comes.
I don't think it does anything for me.
Does a short rest impact exhaustion?
No,
Oh,
unfortunately.
really?
No.
So it's gotta
Does
go,
the
we gotta go a
exhaustion-
week for the exhaustion?
The
to go
exhaustion
away?
counts for the long rest?
It's a long
For
rest.
for Gritty?
Yeah.
Got it.
It's a long rest for either, yeah. But, yep.
Gotcha.
I forgot. I thought exhaustion was the for Gritty was 20 or was like the short rest. Okay.
I'm exhausted.
No, you're not.
No.
You aren't there. Kip
And I
and
saved.
Mattias,
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yep.
I see.
Yeah, we both saved. We're okay. I didn't realize that. I originally
That's okay.
thought it was a short
Yeah,
rest.
I didn't know, but that's fine.
Yeah.
You're watching the Carpathian Adventure on Seven-Sided Die, and we will be right back.
My name is Jumnus Dawnflower. I used to be a merchant sailor until I was shipwrecked on a strange island and killed in a sacrificial blood ritual. In the moment between life and death, an otherworldly goddess of light came to me, offering me a second chance at life if I swore to enact her will upon the world. Now I travel with the champions of the sun, looking to right wrongs, vanquish evil, and earn the new life I've been given.
Aha! Hello, friends! You can call me Louvier Moreau. I come from the beautiful country of France, of course! Traveling as a salesman, banished from my home, where by the hand of my twisted sister, my father was killed, and I was implicated. Mon Dieu, how low I've come. But in that low, I found the champions of the sun. Although they may not smell like sweet wine, they are honorable. Mostly.
My name is Virexin. I am a monk who was exiled into Greece after fleeing my homeland. I was sent on a quest via a dream I received. I went in search of great heroes I saw in the dream to help stop some monstrosity from wreaking havoc across the world. I found those heroes in the champions of the sun. Now I strive to gain their trust so they can one day help me defeat the vile beast that threatens everything.
I'm Aldrich,
And while I grew up an urchin in the narrow confines of Venice, I never seemed to fit in there. Except for this music box, my past is hidden to me. Now north of the Alps, I feel I'm closer to home, wherever that might be. Near the Untersberg mountain, I discovered these intrepid adventurers. Though they're blazing a dangerous path, perhaps they might help me discover who I really am.
I am Mikolash, a monk from Romania, and sometimes too curious for my own good. My scars tell only part of the tale. Having witnessed cannibalism in my village, as a child, I fled, never to return. On my own, I stole from others to survive. A monk caught me and offered me a better way, but I abused their kindness. Now I walk alongside the champions of the sun. Will they be my own undoing? Or have I finally found the path I was meant for?
I am Borinth, the cave bear. I come from a tribe of barbarians that once lived in the mountains of the Badenweiler. While on my sacred spirit quest, my tribe and family were attacked with none left alive. I now seek the power to avenge my people. With my rage, I grow stronger, and with the champions of the sun, I seek a path to restore and preserve my people's culture and rid this world of any evil that stands in my way.
From the kingdom of Aragon, I am Zyman Val. I ventured forth with few possessions and little coin, save an ancient tomb I searched to decipher. But I've struggled to find clues, and at times, food. While freezing in the Alps, fate crossed my path with a shining night and the champions of the sun. Having aided me in a desperate time, they have earned my service and my friendship. Now, using my wizardry, I fight by their side.
I am Edric, and I am from England. I spent most of my youth in the Navy. Climbing the ranks, I was granted land and title. However, I did not fit in. A heretic to most. I fled, leaving my wife and children behind. In a city on mines, I met a group that changed my life forever. The Champions of the Sun. In time, perhaps they might help me reunite with my family.
Welcome back. You're watching the Carpathian Adventure. The party is in a city that seems to celebrate green dragons, the city of Mons, in a fantasy version of France. They're resting. They've rested for the night, having completed a short rest, and Gelila, after a little bit of an absence, has rejoined them, and we rejoin the party in progress. You guys setting forth, or what are you doing?
Shall we get on the road?
Back on the road.
Yeah.
We've only have a fortnight.
That's true. I think we're only a few days away from Paris.
Yes, we shall continue onward. We shall find a spot somewhere on the road that is secluded, and I shall perform my ritual.
Okay. You just say when. When you're ready.
Yes.
You think you said the light had to be perfect?
Perhaps.
It's a little cloudy today. Do you think that'll be okay?
It should be fine. It's just that in darkness is...
okay. All right.
It may be difficult to read the landscape, perhaps.
Okay. All right, then let's go. Did you load the beer onto the cart?
I would have, yes.
Good.
Just keep track of that, because I will forget.
Yeah. Well, 2 barrels.
2 barrels.
And remember where you got it, too.
2 kegs.
Mons, because if I have to go back through my notes, that's probably where
I wrote it down, but I'm going to put it in my inventory as well.
2 kegs of dragon beer.
I don't know if I can figure out how to put things in my inventory again.
You guys set out from Mons, and you continue west, the road turns southwest toward Paris. Way off in the distance to the northwest, you can smell the salt air wafting down. If there's a westerly breeze or a northwesterly breeze. As you continue southwest, you're traveling through wide open fields, on a road through wide open fields at this point. It's sunny, it's fall, it's crisp, but it's not bitter cold by any stretch of the imagination. There are what were wheat fields on either side of you. You can tell you're in a breadbasket of this region. Wide open spaces, very few rolling hills, just continuous plains with dotted farms here and there. You do pass some other carts on this road that you're traveling, and it seems to be a well-traveled road. It's not paved or cobbled, but it's a dirt road, but it's definitely hard-packed. As you continue on, you pass through a couple small towns, and then late in the day, you do see up ahead another village.
Well, I'm waiting for the sun to be directly overhead, so like midday, sun directly up overhead.
You do. You eventually come to the midday. It's wide open fields, what were fields. You can see where the wheat husks were cut down to the ground. It looks kind of barren, but it's not barren. It's just harvested.
This is perfect. This is better. Once we get like midday, I'm gonna knock. I'm riding inside the cart. I'm gonna knock on the wall of the cart for whoever's driving it to stop. It is time to perform the ritual.
Okay.
Pull over. Sounds weird to say, but
hit the emergency brake.
All right. And I'm going to.
Is this when he has explosive diarrhea?
I don't know.
Don't know what the ritual means.
I don't know how you contact God.
I'm going to draw curtains around the cart so it's as dark as possible inside the cart.
Should we just leave you alone? Or do you want somebody in there with
come
you?
Inside so I can relay what I am seeing as it happens so that you can take note. I may be lost in the moment. I may not recall, so I shall dictate what's happening as I go through the ritual.
Gelila, you go first.
You just see it around. I'll draw the cart so it's pretty dark inside the cart. Okay.
It's a little tight in here with all of us.
And I will ask Balder for the amulet.
Give me the amulet.
And I'll take the amulet. I'll put it on I'm going to sit on the floor of the cart. I'm going to put it down. I'm going to put a line of salt all the way around me inside the cart. And I will take out garlic. And I will put garlic around my neck. And I will take out my crucifix. And I will hold it and put it on the floor. And I will lay the amulet right on top of it. And I will touch the amulet. And I will go through my whole ritual to cast Scry on Gazi.
I'm gonna have Hermes, like Hoa, sit just outside of the cart to let us know if there's any danger or threat.
And
Abu is just circling.
It's very cozy in here with everybody in here. This could turn out really bad.
I'm so excited.
I'm curious to see if you will achieve this. There is a seer back at home that does this sort of thing. It's very difficult.
I'm just focused and sitting on the floor and starts repeating a prayer over and over and over and over and over again.
I lick my finger and dip it in the salt. And lick my finger.
Do not break the circle.
Put it in his ear.
This is for your protection just as much as it is for mine.
This is what they call a wet Naldo.
Wait, where is Naldo?
I'm over here in the corner of the cart. We made it very dark with the curtains.
You cast the spell. And it's like you're going through a tunnel. Everything gets dark around. This is just like illuminated light, and there's something up ahead. You can see through the tunnel itself. And you travel through it, if you will. And as you continue to travel through it, the light encompasses you on either side, and the darkness just fades away. Part of your mind knows that this guy, even though you've never met him, he's wickedly powerful. I mean, so powerful, he could probably just brush off a spell.
Okay.
But you continue through the tunnel toward this whatever destination, and suddenly you find yourself inside of a very, very dark space. You look around you, and you can see you're inside of what looks like a blackened tent. It's a huge tent with carpet on the floor. There's some guards at one of what appears to be an exit to the tent. You glance around. In the center of the room is a large table. Huge table with a massive map spread out over it. Having looked at the party's map, you recognize some parts of it. You recognize Constantinople. You recognize Thessaloniki. You recognize the coastline of Aegean and the coastline of the Anatolian Peninsula. You see in the room two creatures in the tent, creatures that you recognize and you've seen before. Those two creatures, there's hideous pink-like beings that sit on their haunches with black spikes up their back and large green eyes. The creatures glance up at you. You're not there. But at where you would be, as if you were there in the room, they glance up and they just kind of stare at you. As you sort of pass over the table itself, almost as if you're flying through the tent. You're invisible. No one sees you, but those two creatures seem to just stare at you. Over in one corner sits this huge, massive man, or creature, or whatever he is. Just immense rolls of fat rolling out of his seat. His huge mustache protruding to either side, probably a yard in length. A massive sword lays across his seat. There beside him is a pile of bodies, and there are others standing next to him, alive for now. He reaches over, he grabs one. The person squeals. He grabs hold, and you see his massive fangs as his mouth opens, and he just sort of sucks the life out of it. The body goes limp in his hands as he holds it, and he just tosses it onto the pile beside him. The creatures look over at him. He sort of glances toward you. You can tell he doesn't see you. But you get a sense that he knows somehow that you're present in the room. And he says to you,
Who has invaded my space? I could have easily dispatched whatever spell you used to come and watch me, but I'm intrigued. I tell your name.
I am the bringer of death to the undead itself. I am death itself. And I am coming for you.
Can you speak for yourself? I don't know. You just don't.
He
sort of hears your voice. But he sort of hears it, but it's kind of garbled and muffled, and not clearly the parent is born.
Let me guess. This is Emperor Pay. Is that who you are? You know I'm coming for you. I will take your city.
I'm sharing everything that I'm seeing over here. I'm just like,
or is this the real power of the Emperor? The Empress? Is that who this is?
I am a great Carpathian.
Yeah, a great threat, I think you say.
I have come, been sent from the Lord himself.
Ah, you're a cleric. I know who you are.
You know nothing of me.
To the extent that he can, he gets up, his chair sort of floats across the room. He gets up from it, and he hovers over the table. And he points down at the table and he says, "This is your demise. You fell into a trap, you cleric. You think you were going to raise an army to defeat me? Here," he points to the map, "is your puny little army outside of Thessaloniki, and you have fallen for my trap. Your army is already advancing. But as you can see, the pincers of my troops are going to surround them. And then we will consume every single one of them. So you have a choice, cleric of light. You have a choice. You can surrender yourself today and join the forces of darkness, if you will. Or you can continue in your little escapade, thinking that you're going to defeat me, the most powerful Osman Gazi. Yes, I have not taken Constantinople yet, but I have landed on Europe, I have landed on Gallipoli, and we are surrounding you in near Thessaloniki. We will destroy you."
Your arrogance will equal your defeat.
It is only a matter of time.
It is.
Take it all in. You cannot defeat these forces. They will continue to roll north and east, bringing me more food. He reaches over his long arm, grabs hold of a prisoner who's standing there, naked, shivering, and he grabs them, and he just... You see his teeth digging into the body, literally tear it apart like the blood and guts just sort of drip down his side. This will be you, cleric of light.
I promise you will feel the pain and suffering of all of the souls tenfold upon you in your last moments.
Your arrogance, your hubris,
The light is coming for you.
Question. When I was zooming in on the tent, did I get a sense of where the sun was? Because it was very specifically chosen, the sun directly above me. So I would know if he was to the west of me, if he was to the east
you
of me.
absolutely positively know. I mean, you get the sense that he was in a tent somewhere on the southeastern part of the Europe.
Okay.
And you know that while you couldn't tell the time of day, you might have seen a little bit of light streaming in, that it's probably, I mean, there are no clocks, but if you had a sundial, it would probably be just a couple hours later in the day where he was than where you are.
Did I notice on the map?
3-ish hours.
Did I notice on the map anything in the region of France? Any markers?
It didn't seem to expand that far.
Okay.
It seemed to be, open the map to where Thessaloniki is.
Oh boy.
It's mostly the eastern side.
Over here, right?
Yeah, it's like the bottom of Greece and the bottom of Italy.
So it looked like this region right in here.
Okay.
And it looked like he was closing in on it like this.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yep. Makes perfect sense.
And that's where the army is, right outside of Constantinople and
Who
Thessaloniki.
do we have that's there?
We have. Maybe we have a whole bunch of random people.
We sent someone there.
We sent. So I believe Onhill is there.
Did you get sent here by the champions? Like, yeah, I did. What are we supposed to do? I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll figure that out in a second because I think I'm still in this trance. So
I think he just wiped you away.
He wiped you away.
Oh, okay. So as soon as it breaks, the Baron falls to the floor, and I'm looking just really just curled up, and then I'm gonna
Keep calm. Your forces, they are being surrounded. It is a trap. He has given away his plans. I have seen the maps. You must reach out to someone. Somehow we can take advantage of this situation. Perhaps they need to withdraw their forces, draw him in.
Kip Galen, roll
Reverse
an
the trap.
insight check with advantage.
Guidance.
Guidance is a D4, right? Oh, that's bad. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Even with the 13, the Baron is describing to you everything he saw and heard. And the one thing that just sticks out in your head, in the back of your head, is he kept saying, Gazi kept saying to him, Cleric of Light.
Yeah, he thinks he's Jonas. Yeah, I definitely picked up.
I mean, I knew that, but I couldn't say that.
No, yeah, definitely picked up.
But
on
he
that.
would know.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was trying to I didn't want to interrupt you, but I wanted to repeat all that stuff. So.
Yeah, because he really.
I
is
do not
Jonas.
believe he thinks I am. He has.
Oh no.
He's misinformed of who I
You
truly am.
specifically, but he does believe it is the champions. This is a former cleric of ours, Jonas, who has parted ways with us. Where he went, I'm not sure. But he may have gone to Ziki.
Did he go there?
The last link. We don't know where he went.
Oh, he went to North Africa.
We don't know
or
where he
something.
went. But there is, there's people there that we can communicate with, but I do not have a way of communicating with them.
Oh, I thought you said you did.
Not the people in Thessaloniki. Or saying that wrong. Thessaloniki.
Okay.
I don't have a way of communicating with them, me personally.
Okay.
I think Jonas was sending message.
when we needed to talk to people. I don't know how far that goes.
Okay.
I can talk to dragons and
Idea.
mercenaries, but the
Idea.
mercenaries are not.
We're doing
in that
we're
group.
doing a task for this dragon.
Yes.
Right. Perhaps the dragon can communicate it. So we take care of this little piece of business for getting rid of this red dragon.
Time.
We could ask you. Well, I mean, it takes a long time to move armies. I'm pretty sure it's probably not a matter of 24 hours that they're getting in this pincer movement. But it is possible the dragon would have the power to be able to communicate that to someone of our choosing, or something along those lines. That's what I'm thinking.
Give us a ride there.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I like the way you're drinking. Tom, get that big ass mini out. So if he believes me to be coming from the light, my plan is going to work, because I will be coming from the darkness.
What?
We could also. We have a scroll of teleport. So if we needed to get there quickly, we could. I think.
You do have a scroll of one-time use of a large group of teleports that was given to you by the Empress of the Byzantines.
Yes.
And that's who we thought we were.
That
So
might have been
that
it,
would
yeah.
take you to specifically to a circle in a secure area in Constantinople in the palace.
That's correct. It was Irene gave that
Correct.
to us. Irene.
She's the Empress Irene.
Oh man, I got terrible notes, but it's coming together.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
Sorry,
chicken
the
scratch.
It doesn't even make sense to me. But I got it.
I am not a cleric of the light. If you have not noticed already, I
Well,
prefer to be in the darkness.
I noticed,
And
but
he will be
I'd
looking.
rather you explain.
He will be coming. He will be looking into the light. He'll be looking for specifically a cleric of light. And I am not that cleric. I will come to him from the darkness. I will come to him as a bringer of death, not as a bringer of life.
Yes, he though does not like Jumnus. When we met with Gazi, I was new to the champions, but it had seemed to me that we were coming in under the guise of guests through his son, Aladdin Bey, on behest of Matthias and relations between the kingdoms, if I remember correctly. And when we walked in and saw Gazi and what he was doing to the people in that room, Jumnus, our cleric of light, saw red, no pun intended, and immediately engaged, which caused us all to engage, and we had to flee.
Did this Jumnus leave us a way to contact him?
Maybe the same way that you just contacted Gazi.
I cannot typically communicate because he was very powerful. He was able to see within my mind, and I could only speak to him there.
Other than that, it is just sending messages into the world.
I find it interesting that he could not tell who I was, yet he could hear my thoughts. I could communicate with him. He is not as powerful as I anticipated.
Maybe if he knew you better, he would have recognized the voice.
He is much more powerful than you probably give him credit for. You speak of vampires and their power. This is the vampire of all vampires.
I do not let my guard down. Do not misunderstand.
From your description, it sounds like he has a very healthy
What I am
appetite.
saying.
I believe Jumnus tried to communicate or maybe not do what you did, but something similar on Gazi, and it almost killed him. And
Yet here I am.
Yes,
I do
which
not
makes me think he let you.
Do not underestimate his powers. However, there is weakness within the armor.
do not fear any foe.
We need to communicate with the Emperor.
Aren't we trying to get a weapon to kill him? We should find that first.
We shall continue. We must continue on our path. We are on the right path.
You are scaring me. You are incensed.
You should be very scared.
Can we open the blinds on the cart at least now?
We need to get word. I agree. We finish our mission here in France. But we need to get word to the army.
I just think the dragon might be the way of doing that.
It sounds like that might be our only.
To finish this, go back to the Black Dragon, communicate with him, and ask him for a favor, and trust that he.
Well, what was the original agreement? I don't remember.
The agreement was that
he wouldn't kill us if we killed
because we destroyed his home.
The red dragon. That's
so.
Right. Well, I'm just throwing it out there. I don't have to be the plan.
I do not think it is the best plan, but I do think that it is the only plan at the moment.
Perhaps we can find someone to help us.
Maybe something else will.
Is there places
present itself
that we can go to send messages?
Maybe a large city would have
speedily
somebody that would be able to do that. But I think the largest city would be Paris, and we're headed there anyway.
May be able to. Most likely, my organization, they have means to send messages.
Fast?
Yes.
Then that is something.
I guess it's...
But again, where is the next location? In Paris? So we'd be waiting until Paris either way.
Yes. Why do you think I've been wanting to go so bad?
I mean, we thought you left us.
I did. But I am back now.
All right, well, we should
go.
We should continue on.
At all haste.
So, in the wagon, right? Baron is very weakened. He's going to slowly go over and break the circle that he created with the salt to make sure that he's able to do so. So he just makes a swipe in it and breaks the circle. And I'll put all my stuff over it.
It's very crowded in Boulder's wagon. It's not a...
And there's 2 gallons of...
It's not
2 barrels.
It's just it's not...
Between his potions and his herbs and his other trinkets and baubles that he's been selling, it's tight in there. But you managed to quickly brush it outside the door. The shellacked black floor that he had done, the way the cart is completely painted. And you go outside, and the sun, as it first hits you as you open the doors to the back or to the sides of the wagon, it just first hits you how bright it is, and it takes a moment for your eyes to adjust, but you quickly do so. It's probably just a short amount of time has passed, maybe less than an hour, so it's just past midday. The sun has crested and it is starting to go down. It is fall, so you know that it's going to be, you probably have maybe another 4 or 5 hours of travel at best before it gets dark. Not that you can't travel at dark.
Okay. Baron kind of retreats back into the cart, so into the darkness a little.
Almost as if like a shadow, he just kind of disappears into the darkness.
It's too much right now.
You're bled.
Thank you.
Right. Sorry about that. Are you guys continuing on, or what are you doing?
I'm gonna have to continue on.
Is night right now, or still day?
It is just past midday.
I take my badge out.
Okay.
And I hook it to my belt.
Okay.
The sun hurt her.
So it's readily visible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are we exactly? Are we near Avignon?
You are in. The Baron can pull out the map
We
and
are
show you.
south of Mons.
You're in the town outside of Mons and close to
North
a
of
town
Quentin.
called
Amsterdam?
San Quentin.
San Quentin.
Right, Amsterdam. And we're working our way down. So we just passed Mons. Next town is Saint Quentin. So it was 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. That's how it was described to us earlier. It's about 3 days to Paris.
Okay.
You know that Avignon is much farther south, significantly farther south.
But that's okay, because
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, there's a red dragon.
that's the main.
that we're going to stop. I don't
Oh,
know
yeah,
if you
we're on our way to
were
go
here
kill
for
the
that.
red
No,
dragon.
can we,
But there's no.
She's like, oh no, can we go the other way?
It's okay though.
up,
It's okay. We have a giant. That's a
what's-
friend of ours.
Yes, we do.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah, we missed quite a bit.
Oh,
We did.
And we ransacked your guild.
But they didn't
I don't know.
know.
They didn't
I
know
would
anything
hardly
about
call
you.
that a
though.
ransack.
Was it a ransack? No, I mean not a ransack, but I mean we kind of.
It was more poor acting on your part.
Excuse me. It was a
This is
distraction
why I
that you did not participate in.
when destruction happens that you guys create,
I mean, we also wiped out the entire city area of Amsterdam.
And there was a dragon's home, and he got mad.
Yes, and then there was Frederick, or Francisco, or
Francisco.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So the dragon wanted to kill us because we broke his house.
But we got Simon's book.
But
Yes.
we.
Oh, that's right.
So now we're going to kill the red dragon, who is not a red dragon, but a demon?
A demon. Because there's no such thing as red
There
dragons.
is no such thing as red dragons.
You know that? So it's
Everybody knows.
It's a demon. It's a demon that
Demon.
is
Shapeshifting.
dressing like a dragon.
Shapeshifting as a dragon.
And
which is offensive to the black dragon.
if we kill that, the black dragon won't kill us anymore.
Simon also sat on a merry-go-round and burned a criminal to alive.
Yes, I did.
Not Simon. No.
Yeah. Well, he was guilty. I tried to hit many more.
But he threw up all over
I
himself.
only
Can I
got
see
one.
Simon's book, please?
I think Baron has
Baron
it.
has that.
He might not let it go. He's very.
Baron.
Yes, I am very weak right now. I prefer not to be disturbed. I need some time to recover.
It's just like golden eyes in the shadow.
Unless, of course, you are willing to help me.
I just like lean up against
some
next
time
to you.
just need some time.
Just a little bite, darling.
Can I just see the book?
I'm
For
very
a
weak.
moment. I can reach in your pocket. Which
You
pocket
could probably
is it
just
in?
take it from him.
Do not want to touch me right now. I'll
Where's
let
my
you see
tree?
the book.
Where's my tree?
I'll take the book out and I'll slide it over.
I pick it up. I don't really open it yet. I just kind of go into the opposite corner and just sit there and stare at the cover. And slowly open each page, like extremely slowly, to take in the entirety.
Sure, what the original looks like, please. You open the book itself is a huge tome. It's not a small book. It's thick leather, tooled leather.
That's what you see.
Tooled leather with a large binding. It's clearly very well constructed, bound, if you will. You can see the ribs on the spine of it, where there's obviously rope or twine or something internally holding the pages, the groups of pages together. There's multiple ribs going down the spine. The leather has been carefully folded over all of the corners to make it very, very smooth. The cover is very finely tooled, and it's difficult to make out exactly what kind of symbology it is. There's also a hasp that is attached to the cover and the back as well that is finely tooled, and it has hinges along it that come up and close the book. You undo the hinge. You open up the book. The pages are vellum, very heavy duty, meant to last a very long time. The script inside the book is a kind of an amber ochre look at this point, just ink that has faded and dried over clearly many, many years. You look at it, and that is the script you see.
And I don't recognize the language.
I am glad to translate what I have made of the code that Simon had put together. There does not have to be secrecy among us. I am not trying to hide anything. I am open to sharing what I have learned.
Actually, you would. Okay, hand her the second page, please.
Oh boy, second page, huh?
It's really nice both the same way.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, hand it to me, I'll take a look.
I think it's this one.
I'll
I think it's this one, but
You betrayed her for like 2 weeks. You betrayed her. She waited for her treats and everything.
she's starving. She hasn't eaten anything.
Always at the top of the stairs yelling.
She refuses to eat. If I get a proper rest, I may be able to send a message.
Yeah, I should clean this up for you. This is what you find.
I just need a long rest. And I may be able to send a message to someone.
Yeah, try having fun with that. That was lots of fun when I first got it.
You find further notes, leaf pages that look like they were written by Simon to the extent that you can decipher his handwriting. And it looks like he was trying to decipher the meaning of all of that. All of those ramblings, and they're in the other pages, but they're not in the book itself. So when you're reading the book, you're reading the literal translation of the book. Clearly, you thumbed through some of the pages, and you can see that Jumnus was trying to figure, not Jumnus, Simon was trying to figure out what all of that meant, because clearly he had to sense, to at least to Simon, that it meant something else.
I'm just going to, I'm in like cozy corner, leaned up against. I'm just gonna slide down, fetal position, and just read it.
Okay. You are able to read the text. You get a sense that it's written in a form of Old Aramaic, which you do know.
That's it for now. Don't say anything yet.
Okay.
Heading on?
The wagon trundles along down the road. Up ahead, you see a city. You see folks out grinding what looks like some kind of blue material, if you will. The road passes it by if you want to, as the sun starts to set. But it's a small city. I mean, it's not. I don't even know if city is the right word. Town.
You look like you could use a rest.
I will need a rest.
Should we stop? You worried me.
Yes.
All right.
We shall stop.
Pull the cart towards the town.
St. Quentin. That's where we're stopping.
I believe that was the next town.
I think so.
Unless this is one in between. I don't know. I've never been in this area before.
You pull into the town. It's a quiet, sleepy little town. People seem to be bringing in large barrels of this some kind of grain in from the field as they're ending their day, and taking it over toward these large gristmill-like outdoor gristmill areas and grinding it down. There's only one tavern in town. It doesn't have a sign out front. You guys pull up to it?
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
This looks like it, eh?
We could continue and camp out on the road.
You need a bed, my friend. We'll stay here tonight.
You continue on down, you pull in for the night into the inn. You walk into it. It's comfortable. It's nothing. You've been in some deeper dives than this. It's not a dump by any stretch of the imagination, but at the same time, it's nothing fancy. The innkeep sees you from across the room, and he motions to you, table, what have you.
Yeah, we'll walk over to a table and sit down. Ask for some food and drinks and to stay the night.
Okay, he manages to bring over some ales.
It looks as if the harvest season has gone well for you this year. Quite a lot of activity outside.
He doesn't. Through the translate. The rest of you kind of translating. He says, "Yes, it's good. It's been good for a while. Yes, a lot of people want woad or woad.
Woad?
Yes. So it's.
What is it?
It's a dye.
Oh.
It's very, very popular. It's
very vibrant. I saw them grinding it up out there.
Yes, it's blue.
Yeah.
If you like blue, it's very expensive, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Expensive.
Well, I mean, painting, dyeing things blue is not cheap.
No. That is true.
Most people use natural dyes like greens and browns because they're cheap.
They're cheap.
But woad is expensive, so we do fairly well. But it's hard work. Grinding it, harvesting it, grinding it. But yeah, we're doing okay. So here's your ales. I know it's popular right now. The frog, we're out of frog.
Oh.
We have chicken now. Is that okay?
Fantastic.
Okay. I mean, it seems to be really popular right now.
Yeah, we will go for the chicken.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll take some bread.
Oh, yeah, yes. Plenty of bread. I mean, you're in the bread basket of France here.
Do you dye the bread blue?
No, that would be a waste of wood, yes. But
it'd be fancy.
I guess, yes.
You could sell the bread for more.
In this town? I don't think so.
We could ship it all. It might go stale.
Most people like that bread that day, maybe one
have
day.
St. Patty.
Maybe.
You could go onto the market, sell you some woad, you go make your own bread.
It is an interesting proposition.
And you might be able to fool people into letting them think it's not bad, so when it starts to go moldy, you might not see the mold.
The blue hides the blue mold. Very smart. All right, well, thank you very much.
You guys have a quiet corner in the inn. Unless you do something, they bring over some food. The whole thing costs, chalk another 3 gold off of
17
Boulder's,
Balder.
off of Boulder's bank account. Unless you do something, the night passes uneventfully and you've completed a short rest.
You look a little better, but not really.
I need to rejuvenate.
I'll have some food.
I'm okay. I've had some bread. It will do.
Just bread?
It'll do for now.
All right. Just bread. He just eats bread. Do you see how peakish she is?
I do. I do. He needs port. He wanted port.
Oh. All right, well. Shall continue on, I suppose. You should just lay in the back with the blinds closed.
Is it the morning now? Is that where we're at?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Oh, it is.
Unless you wanted to do something.
No.
That's
I think I do. Before
Okay.
Kip goes to sleep. I don't know what I'm doing here.
I think I do.
I'm gonna sit down. We got what, 4 rooms, little rooms we got, or is that
Yeah,
one
they're
for-
fairly
yeah.
inexpensive, so nothing fancy.
Yep. So sit there and I will pull out a stone from my bag and I will hold it and I will speak to it and say, Kushatsma, this is Kip Kalin. It has been a while. I would like to see if you are still open to a bargain of sorts. And I'll wait. Hmm?
Break the pitch.
What I have, Tom, was Kushatsma was a servant of Osman Gazi.
Yep. No, I remember Kushatsma Kasagi, I believe his name is.
That is correct.
Yep. I'm just trying to. Give me 1 second here to try and find him here.
Can I
go back a few years?
Can I retcon it? But
retcon what?
When I was scrying on Gazi, and I saw the map, I would have liked to have maybe sketched it, or just so that, like, as I was describing it, maybe
You have
sketched
it
what I
sketched
saw.
in your head.
Okay, yeah. So I'll draw it before the end of that day. I would have drawn out what I had seen.
Okay.
You're doing that now, right now.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that it was cool.
Yeah. You have it in your head. It's in your head. You were hovered over it
Next
long
session,
enough.
Tom's map.
Yeah, you're a horrible artist. The picture came out nothing like
stick
what
figure.
you saw.
Oh man, how did you spell Kushatsma? Did I tell you how to spell it?
I don't know, but I have Kushatsma phonetically, which means I probably spelled it.
Tell me you have an index.
But it's all by
Yes, an index. That's what that means.
It's all alphabetical, and I never moved it onto my new pad here. Because if you remember, I used to do everything via paper, and I just started a few months ago doing everything. Okay, so either way, you hear a voice in your head. Who is this?
Furak Kushatsma.
Furak
Kusagi.
That makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah. It was Furak. This is what I wrote. Furak Kushatsma Kusagi with a / Orangazi.
I do remember the name.
I'm not sure what the Orangazi actually entails, but Furak Kushatsma.
Yes, Furak Kushatsma, Ferik.
Oh, wow.
Kusatma Kesici.
know what it is.
Furak Kushatsma Kasagi.
I had all the vowels wrong.
He was the subordinate leader of Musil Orangazi, or the second son of Orangazi. He was also the inventor of the Kimizu tolls, and a wealthy. You remember that he was also a wealthy.
He was a drug lord.
Thank you. I
Yes.
was trying to think of another way to put it.
Yes.
Okay. He says, "Yeah. Did you say your name?"
I did.
Kip. Help me.
Of the champions of the sun.
Remember who you are.
You and I crossed paths in Sugut with Gundrick.
Oh, yes, I remember Gundrick well.
Yes.
I did hear that he wasn't long for this world. He was cut down in the streets of Constantinople.
That is accurate.
Yes.
And you and I had talked about opening passage to Venice for your transportation needs.
Yes.
Which was some time ago.
Yeah.
I potentially have need of services that you might specialize in, and would like to see if you are open to any kind of an agreement with the champions.
Well, obviously I gave you something so that you could reach out to me.
Indeed.
So, it has been a while, several years in fact, but I don't remember quite why I trusted you, but I clearly did. So you have my attention, or my ear, so to speak, literally.
Are you, if you are so keen to relay, still in the employ of Osman Gazi?
No, I haven't been. And even when I met you, I don't think I was really in his employ, per se.
Yes.
It was more of a subcontractor at that point.
I am in need desperately, and to share that with you means I am desperate to get word to our mercenaries in Thessaloniki.
I am very familiar with them. I mean, I am supplying some of the powder, so to speak, to Osman's troops to crush them.
And I am trying to avoid them being crushed, you see.
I'm listening.
I am open to being within your services of debts, services unrendered. If you can get word there.
Well, I'm fairly sure I can get word there, but what exactly do you want delivered there?
They are to be surrounded by Gazi and subsequently destroyed, and I would like to warn them.
I am a businessman, Kip. And obviously the continuation of their existence, as long as it continues the war, is to my advantage. But if someone were to find out, that I was supplying information to the enemy that I am supplying drugs to defeat. I'm supplying drugs to the army that is trying to defeat that enemy. You're going to have to help me out here. Why would I want to do this? I mean,
well, there is profit to be gained when you side with one side of an army, and there is more profit to be gained when you side with both.
I understand that, so help me understand the profit motive.
Well, you had connections with being able to hire mercenaries, and we would like to render those services as being funded by the champions. I may also have relationships with the Empress Irene, and I can reach out and see if that is a relationship that might be worth your while to aid in fending off Gazi's army, quenching it, and then being able to continue your entrepreneurship.
I don't know if I'd want to extend my communication lines further. I mean, you and I must have had some type of understanding that if we established this communication, but expanding it to the Empress Irene or the Emperor Paleologos or anyone else, I'm not sure that if it goes bad for them, I'm not sure that necessarily puts me in good stead.
And if it goes bad for Gazi, how does that put you in good stead?
Yeah, I've been watching this for a while now, several years. I'm hard-pressed to believe that it's going to go bad for him. I'm just not convinced of that. I can see your point about perpetuating the war, how it could be lucrative. But I'm not sure I want to play both sides. I mean, this side seems to be, shall we say, on a roll, so to speak.
That is not true. We still exist.
I understand. As I said, it was an act of desperation, and
I'm not against it, but tell me exactly what you're offering.
I am offering you the services of the Champions of the Sun, who have been a thorn in the side of Gazi for many a year now, and I mean, we raised our own army, and we could... You have asked me for aid before, and I did not aid you, and I am opening up my services to be willing to aid you when needed. No questions asked.
So if I call in that token, I expect it to be acted upon.
Indeed.
Who do you want the word to go to?
His name is Anhil. He should be there. He is familiar with... he's in Irene's court. He would know my name.
He's with the army in Thessaloniki, the one led by the cleric.
That is correct. He knows of Jumnus.
Does that mean Jumnus is there?
It seems it, yeah. He definitely knows Jumnus.
Go right to Jumnus.
We can go straight to Jumnus. If Jumnus is there, we can go to him. Jumnus or Anhel would be acceptable.
And it's okay to say that this information came by you, that they're about to be surrounded?
Yes.
And might I ask, I wouldn't be surprised if they asked how someone knows it's accurate. How would you know it's accurate?
How do I know it's accurate?
Yes. If I was on the receiving, if I was Anhil or Jumnus, and I received word that I was about to be surrounded, my army was about to be surrounded, how would I know that that information is accurate?
Yes. That is wise.
Is there something that only Jumnus would know?
Yes.
Or Anhil would know?
Tell Jumnus that Seren Ray revived him at Pedlar's Moon for a reason.
Tell Jumnus that Seren Ray revived him at Pedlar's Moon for a reason. Very well.
Mention that we used the amulet. Only Jumnus would know about the amulet, too.
Yeah. I think that phrase, if it was Jumnus, he would know what that meant.
Have him yell Tangray at him when he gets there.
Tangray. Tangray!
Blue sky! Blue sky!
Yeah, and
he'll know exactly who it's for.
If you can't get to Jumnus and you speak to Anhel, have Anhel translate that to Jumnus. That should be sufficient.
We can get the message there. So your party's on board. You can make this deal, and if I call in this token,
I will do my part.
Your party will do their part.
I will make sure that the party does their part.
Very well. I will get the message to him.
Kushatsma, I know this is a unique proposition and a unique request, and I know you play your part, but I thank you for whatever it's worth.
I'm sure we will speak again.
Indeed. I believe you to be a good man. And that's it. That's all I'll say.
I don't know what we just signed up for. I don't know what we just signed up for. It's going to be crazy.
Pull some skeletons out of the closet.
Oh my gosh, yes. How I even have
whole
that
session.
stuff about Jum. I have
Been
a
a
little
history lesson.
this little snippet of Jumnus's backstory on the same page as Kushatsma. It's like this little snippet.
Serendipity.
You guys are. That was during the night in the small town of Saint Quentin, or Saint Quentin, or however you want to pronounce it. You guys get up the next morning, and you sketched out in very great detail what you saw, and I will try to put some of it on the map over there, if you will, between now and the next session, so that you can see what it looked like. You sketch it out in great detail, and you shared it with Kip so that he related to Kushatsa, so that it all kind of tied everything together. What are you guys doing?
Everybody have a good sleep last night? You look a little...
When I wake in the morning, there's
still a little peaked.
When I wake in the morning, there's just like scratched drawings of all the crazy, horrible things that I saw. They were so etched to my brain. It's just like overnight, just scratching it into
Piles of dead bodies.
just
Blood spurts.
drawings and etches into whatever I could get my hands on. It's just like depictions of the horrors that he saw. Just trying to almost evacuate it from his mind. Just trying to just get it all out.
It's not disturbing at all.
Okay. With that, you guys venture forth?
Yeah.
You venture forth. You continue to drive on. The day passes, unless you're doing something, the day passes relatively uneventfully. Up ahead, you see toward the end of the day, you see another city. You can keep going. This is a small city, nothing fancy by any stretch of the imagination. Asking some people, coming and going, you find out it's Compiègne. And you probably are about a day out from Paris, or the Ile de Cité.
Well, we've learned our lesson. We can't just keep going.
Yeah. Nope. I can't do that. It's too exhausting.
Yeah.
Turn in and rest.
Okay, you turn in. You find a comfortable place. Chalk off another 3 gold boulder. You guys get meals.
20.
You guys have another short rest completed, unless there's something you want to do or talk about, and you continue to drive on. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You drive on through the rest of the day, and up ahead of you, toward the end of the day, you finally see coming into view where the place you've been trying to get to for a little while. Not for a little while, but trying to get to.
For a while.
It's only a week.
Yeah. True.
What is it, a fortnight?
Which one?
Well, we slept for a week before we...
Good.
Sounds
Yummy.
still weeks.
No, I give you a lot.
Okay.
It's okay. I give you a lot. You're welcome. Here are the goodies.
Do we have connections in Paris that we were going to be? She
Hmm?
does. Olivier's family is here.
I always hook you up with the gummies. Once you get hooked, start charging.
$15.
I don't know what connections we had in Paris. I don't know.
Olivier's family. That's
Was
all
that
I know.
Paris?
He was in France. I don't know if it was Paris.
Why'd you need a connection?
I just, who we
Roll
could
an insight.
hook up with.
Roll
Looking for
a
the Moreaus, right?
roll
Louvier
a-
Moreau.
There's
Roll a...
Not me, because I wouldn't know Louis.
Yeah, no, Kip, roll a...
Guidance.
A intelligence check with advantage.
Guidance. 1 second. This is.
Look like
You need a shirt that just says guidance.
Look like you're thinking very hard.
Okay, so it's an ability check, so I have disadvantage.
Okay, that's right. So straight up.
Oh, right, straight up. Okay. It was. I'm sorry, insight, right? So that's a.
Plus, roll your d4.
Yeah, dude, it's a 2.
Oh, his max is gonna be 6.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5.
We're all rolled up.
Yeah, you don't remember where he was from.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7. It was a 7.
You don't remember
No.
where he was from.
No. Just the name is. I know he was from France. That's all.
Okay, you continue on. Up ahead of you, as the sun starts to set in the distance, you see the fortified Ile de Cité. It is a large city on an island. On either side, there are fields and green. It looks like a pastoral place. The river is incredibly wide. From the opposite banks, you can tell it's a wealthy city. It's also one of the easiest places to build bridges across the wide river that you're approaching. A massive, massive wide river. If you're familiar with the area there, the rivers are much wider in the early 1300s than they are today. Okay. So it's the crossing point from the one side of the Seine, if you will, to the other side of the Seine, and having the bridges cross through the island makes it not only a wealthy trading area. You can see many, many carts coming and going, but also not just a wealthy trading area, but also an incredibly well-defended location. I mean, with a wide river on either side. The surrounding area, incredibly rich with grain fields and vineyards. The rivers also you can tell continues off to the northwest and glancing off to the southeast. The rivers offer access for trading by boats. They're very, very wide rivers, trading by boats out toward the ocean, other points in France, and locations perhaps as far away as Spain and Germany. You are, you're approaching the city, or what are you doing?
I guess we'll approach over one of the bridges.
So.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
As you approach the city, the security at the gates to a bridge, you have to cross a bridge to get into the city. The security at the gate seems atypically tight, unusually tight, if you will. As you get into the queue to go up to it, the guards ask in French, bonjour, bonjour. Those of you who understand France, they say, what is your business and what is your names?
We are weary travelers coming to pass through.
I'll go to the front. We are just traveling through. These are my companions, and they are escorting me to the I forgot what is it referred to it as. To the CIA office.
Okay, very well. And what are your names?
My name is Baron Andre Franz Hellwing II.
Baron Andre, my lord, I apologize if I was disrespectful. And your name?
Gelila Bemnet.
Gelila Bemnet. Ma'am, thank you for doing what you do. And your name?
My name is Cedric Sardothin.
Cedric Sardothin. And how do you spell that?
Cedric Sardothin.
Okay, thank you. And your name?
Arnaldo Renzi.
No,
Yeah.
you are a very happy man.
Always.
Very, very nice. Okay, and what is, you stated your business. Thank you very much. You may continue. And then he moves past you and he just moves on to the next individual in the queue. You guys continue in. They didn't charge you anything, which you thought was a little bit weird, but they seem to be very, very tight. They're making a ledger of everybody who seems to be coming into the city. Okay, you're in the middle of the city. You go into the city itself. It is a vibrant, chaotic city. Inside, there seems to be a lot of business going on inside the city itself. Just people hawking and trading stuff and all types of crazy activity going on. There are multiple squares throughout, lots and lots of inns and taverns. And where are you heading? What are you doing? What are you looking for?
To the library.
I don't know. Did we have anything in particular?
Well, I think we need to at least kind of like keep our ears open for conversations about the approaching army and the deal that is going down.
Yeah, maybe we can find out why the security is so tight right now.
I'm sure it is for the meeting. They're making a grand
Oh,
bargain.
that's right. Okay, yeah, that's right. I forgot about this meeting.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I would like to go to my office and just check in.
Maybe we can find out
and
how
see.
how
Can't
far
you just
they
zoom
are
in?
away.
Can't you just zoom in? Oh, that's a problem. I mean, it's like hybrid work schedules these days, right?
Tom, real quick, put a note.
Call it in.
Ghazi said that he was he had landed on Europe and
Gallipoli.
Gallipoli. Is that around the Italy area? I'm assuming something Italian.
No, it's a peninsula that's technically part of Europe.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I guess. Well, I would say. Also, we can hang low at one of or two of the establishments that.
Yeah.
People who are.
I mean, if
do
they're
what I do, frequent, and maybe keep our ears to the ground.
Oh, that would be good. We need to find out where they are, firstly, because if they are still a couple of days away, it may be advantageous to travel further south and scout the position, see the true numbers, and...
You would know best.
Why would I know best?
It seems to be your trade.
Well, maybe. All right. Well, let's go talk to your people.
On the way, I look for the bakery,
You find many bakeries.
and I grab a few pastries.
Balder,
And I pass them out.
Balder chalks off another gold.
21.
And
expensive session for
Broke.
him.
Brooke, he's got over 20,000 gold.
Yeah,
And fruit. I'm going to pocket some fruit. If
And
there
the pastries are, of course, amazing. The bread is amazing. It's all fresh. You don't see any blue bread, by
No
the
blue
way.
bread.
Want a baguette?
We could make some money with the blue bread.
you can make some money.
Can we also get some French fries?
What about French toast?
There is an amazing place you can go to that has wonderful food. We can do that later, maybe.
Do they put French dressing on everything? No.
Stretch, you ran out of stuff.
You can ask the
it French's
server that
mustard?
question later.
French's mustard.
Well,
Grey Poupon.
All right, I'll just as we're walking, try to keep my ears open to conversations as we walk down the street. Here, if we hear any gossip about the approaching army, about the dragon they're traveling with, anything like that.
You try and listen, and most of the time it's being spoken in French, so it's very, very difficult for you to understand it.
I'm listening to him.
And you're listening as well. You do hear rumors about a delegation, not an army per se, but a delegation of Ottomans. Probably have security, but it's probably not an army per se, that is supposed to be coming to the city. You don't think that it necessarily, from what you're hearing, you pick up little bits here and there, that it's not like the Holy Roman Emperor. When the Holy Roman Emperor travels, he travels literally with an entourage of probably 600 people.
Yeah.
This is not Gazi coming to Paris. This is not even necessarily Oron coming to Paris. This is a delegation coming to. So they're probably a relatively small contingent.
And we get the impression that they have not arrived.
No, they definitely have not arrived.
look
And you
for a
might
large
think that
church.
part of the security is because of them, but
I'm gonna look for like a large church. Perhaps we could speak to some of the clergy to get more information. Perhaps.
Sure. We talked about a library, and I don't remember why. It was to find out information about the raps.
Yeah, we gotta do some research on the raps as well.
Right. Is there anything else? I feel like there's something else.
The clergy may be able to assist us too.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if Notre Dame was there at this time. I have no idea when that was built.
you see a very large church with two huge square steeples, I guess, for want of a better word, standing out, and there's a large plaza right in front of it. Massive, literally dominates the skyline.
Well, Layla, please lead the way to your offices, and we can circle back around to visit the church.
We don't want to go in the church first.
You?
We're here.
No, you. Please. Continue. You have been here before, no? We have not. So you are our guide.
I guess we continue on.
Okay. You continue on. You wind through the streets of Ile de Cité. They're narrow, tall buildings, but very, very clean, all things considered. With gutters on either side. Every once in a while that stuff comes down from above into the gutters. But overall, compared to some cities, relatively clean. You meander through, you come upon a large square, and there is, it's not a government building, but a rather official-looking building. It has an off-white sandstone exterior on it. You suspect that the exterior on the building is not really stone. It's probably wood covered with a sandstone material just for expense purposes. Around it are Mottle and Daub buildings, wood with packed clay in between the wood. But this one building stands out, and you can clearly see at the top above the archway there's two columns and a large symbol of CIAI, and then written in Latin what that acronym means.
I have to say, all the buildings they have are pretty nice.
Before we go, and I stop you and I say, there's a point of contention that I'm a little confused on. The CIAI is different than the Prima Solde. And you are a member of which?
I haven't looked at my notes in a long time. Yes? It is different. We said that.
Yeah, it is.
You know that Prima Isolde is Latin for money first, and it was a bad guy organization that you believe was based upon what you had been told before, that were trying to get your parents, your father in particular, in Rome. You don't know why, but
yes, I say that.
Okay, because we may or may not have spoken to some members of the CIAI back in Amsterdam and tried to misunderstood a little thing here or there, and
I do not think they were none the wiser.
They weren't. I just wanted to.
There was a lot going on with the tower and all the dead
I
people.
pulled him aside. Can you need to tell me exactly what happened?
Well, you can watch episode.
Did you steal?
It is on YouTube.
He tried to get me to steal the wanted poster out of the book.
Our own wanted posters out of the CIAI's book.
But I did not.
He did not.
I did
so
not.
we are still in the book, at least in Amsterdam. I don't know if we will be in the
I
book
would
here.
think every office has a copy.
Depends on how fast it can travel. I don't know these such things. But
Everybody roll a d20, please.
Uh-oh.
Is this a check? Because that would be
Nope.
a disadvantage.
16.
17.
Badly.
A 5.
Got to 7.
Kip, roll a perception check, please.
And that would be a disadvantage. That's actually good. Oh, 18 plus 6. 24.
Oh, okay. Wow. Surprisingly good. So, as you're standing, you guys are standing in this large square talking about things. The
Sorry,
two of
it's just an 18. I'm sorry. It was
still
disadvantage.
so
an
good,
18.
good, still a good roll.
I
You
added
guys
the wrong die.
are standing there talking. Somebody comes up and accidentally bumps into you and just keeps going. And he keeps going. And that's it. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Could I have? Yeah. I didn't see. I rolled bad though.
So I feel him bump up against me.
Yes. And then he said, "Entschuldigen."
Entschuldigen.
And he kept going.
I would have heard what he said, though, right?
Because I don't know what.
I had a 17. You had a what? 16.
I had a 16. But I think that was whether or not we got pickpocketed.
Can I use a reaction to try to grab him?
Sure, go for it.
How would I do that? Just to grab him? Would it be maybe a strength check or something along those lines? I don't know. What
roll.
It would be to hit with an unarmed attack, basically.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah. Is it to? Okay.
Yeah, 'cause it's like a touch attack.
So that would be a 15.
He seems to have disappeared into the crowd.
I will check my persons for what is missing.
Everything seems to be there.
Okay, and he said, Liga Ziegen?
Do I know what that means?
I will repeat that out to see if anybody speaks with us. Liga Ziegen.
You repeat. He repeats back to you that he said "Entschuldigen," and you know, Baron. I think you do.
Speak
Yeah,
French,
that it's German.
German and Romanian.
You know that he spoke German, and he kept going.
What did he? What was it? What did
He said, "Excuse me" in German.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, okay.
No one sees him. Can't look and scan the crowd.
I don't know.
Look, it's a busy crowd. It's a bug market.
Well, if I'm checking my persons for what is missing, I guess I would see if there is something extra. Check yourselves.
Roll an investigation check.
That's an 11.
You don't find anything.
All right.
Or you don't think anything's missing either.
All right.
Well, are we gonna go in or are we just gonna stay?
I go inside.
I mean, nothing bad happened at the other office. There was just one guy working the desk. Everybody else was out helping with the tower. It was fine.
One is enough.
It's all right.
I go inside.
He was very confused. It was fine. He didn't even recognize the poor acting.
You go inside. You go inside, and you're in a large whitewashed room, if you will. The sound of the crowd dies down as the huge, thick doors, not like battle-worthy doors, but huge office doors close behind you, smoothly close behind you. You're in a large, very off-white room made of that stucco over wood or something like that. In front of you, there's a large reception-like desk, slightly taller than a desk, and there's one person sitting behind it, just looking at, seems to be reading something. They look up when they see you and they say, "Bonjour, comment allez-vous?"
Comme ci, comme ça.
Très bien.
Do I recognize them at all? Or?
Do you recognize the person? Roll an investigation check.
There's a million people, but Oh, that's no.
No, you don't recognize them. They're like, they glance down and see your medallion. Oh, c'est bon. Yes, that is good. How can we help you?
Yes. I have not been here in such a long time. I'm just stopping by to say hello.
Ouais, bonjour.
Is there any big news or highest, most wanted?
Well, there's always jobs if you're looking for a job, so to speak. Your friends can wait here, and you can go meet with the constable and see if there is something that they can help you with, or other ways.
Yes. You guys are okay staying?
Sure.
I'll be right back.
Oh,
Okay. He motions toward one door toward the side, and he pushes something on the desk, and you can hear it click, and you can go through. And you do. You go through, and you recognize the layout. It's very similar to the other facilities that you've been in, and you go into a reception area where somebody comes up and they greet you, and they're like, I don't know your name. I'm sorry.
Gelila Bennett.
Gelila
Nice to
Bennett.
meet
Well,
you.
I am Ud. Ud Vector.
Nice to meet you.
You see him. He has a reddish beard. He's clearly a fighter of some sort. And he goes, you look familiar for some reason. I don't know where I know you from, but you look familiar. Yeah, I can't place it.
Yeah.
But anyway, what can we do for you?
Two questions.
The wanted poster.
Yeah. One, I would just really like to know, just view the roster and see who's up, I guess, for grabs.
Oh yes, come with me. And he takes you into another room where there's some large bounties, and he points out one, and he says, "Oh, this is an interesting one. This teenage peasant, Buch Emissaire, allegedly abducted the Count Charles of Valois' young daughter, Maria Valois, from Tours. Count Charles of Valois wants her back. So Count Charles also wants the Bouc Émissaire brought to justice, and supposedly he will pay handsomely. That is one of the most current jobs that's available. There's another one, this giant called the Langevapper is supposedly terrorizing Antwerp-Burgt. It's a fortified city, and they say the city will pay well whoever gets rid of Langevapper. Another job is Slime Hersensen, I think it is pronounced, of Amsterdam and Benelux, has disappeared. Allegedly, he was captured by a criminal organization called Ud van Nederlandse Grise Stof. I'm not sure what that means, but his father, Slime Hersenwaarde, wants him back. He will supposedly play handsomely. Those are the three most active ones. Where are you going?
Well, the last one.
The last one is Slime Hersenen of Amsterdam in Benelux.
That's kind of back where we came from.
So there is one to the west.
Yeah, do I recognize the name of the father or the person that was kidnapped?
Roll an insight check, I guess, with advantage.
Okay. What is my insight? Not great right now. 14.
It wasn't a difficult check. Count Charles of Valois is a very wealthy French noble. So you would have heard the name. You don't know him personally. But where are you heading from here? Or are you just passing through? Or are you in the area? Or are you going wherever the job takes you?
We are passing through. We will be in town just for a little bit and head south. Probably further south. So, the first
Tours is
was
in
a
France.
tourist in France.
Tours. Tours? It's
Oh.
it's about halfway between here and Chinon.
And it's a boy who kidnapped a girl.
Well, allegedly.
Yes.
He kidnapped Buch Emissaire. He kidnapped Count Charles of Valois' younger daughter, Marie of Valois.
You picking up side quests? What's going on? Updating quest line.
Grabbing all those
And the
question marks.
second one was again?
The second job, the current, and there's always new jobs
Oh,
coming in
the
every
job,
day, but
right.
the second job was
It's the giant.
the giant. There is this large giant in Amsterdam Burgt that is terrorizing people, and the people want the giants dealt with.
I don't think they really do, because that's like their whole
their whole
mythology. Yeah, it's like, that's their whole tourist.
They don't drink too much.
Yeah, that's like their whole tourist.
Technically, I've already completed that job. So
That's very short-sighted of them. They kind of got like a whole good thing going, like
Come and get murdered by the giant.
Right, yeah, it's like a whole Salem kind of thing. You know,
but the establishment's run by the innkeepers who are losing money because they can't let people drink so much. So.
Yeah, but people come there to drink. More people come to drink, just not as much.
You don't have to decide now if you want to come back later.
Yes.
How long are you in town for?
Oh, not long. Maybe 2 days, 2-3 days.
Okay, well, very well. C'est bon.
Okay. I imagine I would know the procedures in which you would remove or have to petition to remove someone from the wanted list. Would I have to go to like the main, or could I speak to someone?
You would know. I mean, you could go through any particular branch, and they could communicate with another branch, and with the main office in Rome. But it depends on what it is and what we're talking about. That you know that it would depend upon the nature of it. I mean, if it were, some kind of petty crime, or that's one thing. If it were murder, it might be something else.
Do I remember why we were
Bad acting.
wanted?
Bad acting.
Just
completely outrageous.
The retirement home fiasco.
So you just want the bad acting part removed.
Completely unacceptable and outrageous. Just because I have a 0 in performance does not mean that I did not give that my all.
The murder part can stay.
Well, yeah.
That's the problem.
We didn't murder anybody. We just let him come out of the closet. Locked him in the closet.
But he died, right? In the closet. Is that what they were saying?
Did he die?
I don't know. I don't think he died in the
Murder
closet.
on there?
Yeah, we killed a house full of people.
Yeah,
They were witches. They weren't people.
Yeah,
Well,
didn't
I
kill-
agree with you.
We didn't
Witches
kill
are
the
not people.
retirees.
Oh, right.
We
There's a
killed
printout.
the bad people, but they didn't know they were bad. They thought we just killed random people.
Bad
and
people
left.
ever really know they're bad?
No, the good people didn't know the bad people.
Oh, right.
I mean,
No, it doesn't say.
Strike that, reverse.
It just says dangerous criminals. It
1,
doesn't
2,
say.
3. There's 4
Oh,
of you
for
on there,
alleged
but-
murder.
Allegedly.
So
Alleged.
there's
Al-
chance.
Allegedly. Innocent until proven guilty.
I was there for this. It didn't quite happen like this.
I'm afraid to bring it up though.
I'm afraid to bring it up. You end up in jail. Like, I'll take that badge. I need your badge and your gun.
This was all orchestrated by the evil mastermind Simon, who has been dealt with.
I mean, we could just take down all of the CIA and just kill them all. We could, act like you're bringing us in, and then we can turn on them and just slaughter them all. Just saying, I'm really hungry. I didn't say
Go
that.
get the guy that pickpocketed something. I'll find him.
Do
Did you check
do
your
I
eye?
know anyone special? Like, do I have any special connection? Maybe with someone
Here, you suspect not
Has
here.
to. Okay.
Probably in Rome, but probably not here.
Okay. I'm wondering if I should take the chance or not. I do have an important matter to discuss here. I'm hoping I could receive some sort of assistance to remedy a misunderstanding on myself and my companions. I normally travel solo, and I've come across an amazing group of people. They are known heroes that travel quite a bit.
Do a little bit of
with
acting.
noble cause. And
I'm intrigued.
it has been very rewarding, I should say, to travel with them. We've been helping quite a few people, and there's a larger cause that I'm pretty sure that you might know about or will hear about very soon. But for now, I don't want to hinder our mission. We were traveling through a city, Amsterdam.
Senior citizen kind of wanted it.
Was that in Amsterdam?
No,
that was before Amsterdam.
That was before Amsterdam.
Was it?
Yeah,
well,
because I wasn't. Baron wasn't there.
Oh, right.
Neither was Naldo.
You're basically only ratting on me.
Yeah.
And Manius.
I mean, at the table. And Balder.
Oh, Balder was. Balder's the one that did it all anyway.
Yeah, well, did it.
Yeah.
I was investigating.
You don't know what happened.
I was investigating a group of criminals, and it involved us needing to infiltrate where they frequent and disguise ourselves, or else be made, and unfortunately, through a lot of misunderstandings and the way it turned out, we did apprehend the criminals and situate and bring less terror to that town. But in the process, through the misunderstanding, there is a post wanted out on a few of my friends.
Help me out, please. What
need-
town are you talking about?
It doesn't say
Does it say on there?
Wasn't that Ben? Was it Benelux? No. I don't know.
It was
Benelux and area.
Ludwigshafen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, like you remembered.
It sounds familiar. I wouldn't
once
have
you say it,
remembered
it
unless
sounds
you
familiar.
say it.
I think it's on your map too. but-
Sounds familiar once you say it.
So what's
Ludwigshafen?
Ludwigshafen?
Mhm.
And what was the name of your group?
I'd rather not say.
Honestly, I have not been with him very long, and I just dispatched
Oh,
them.
you're crumbling.
I believe it is Champions of the Sun is what they usually
Champions
go
of
by.
the Sun.
Yes.
Do you know Borinth and Kip?
Do?
I met them in Barbarossa's Reichstadt
knew this
Inn
guy's
in
name was
Ludwigshafen. You guys did that? That's not going to be easy to clean up.
His name was Oud something.
I was told that they met someone, and I was looking for you just to. When you're traveling about, you know, it's just nice to run into a fellow badge holder. But nice to meet you. It's a huge misunderstanding. and
Yeah.
We need it cleared.
Well, at least you came forward.
Of course. I have nothing to hide. I did not do anything wrong.
Let me see what I can do. Come back tomorrow. When are you in town for a while?
Yes.
Come back tomorrow, and I will look and see what we can do. I don't know how high it's gone up. You might have to do a report of some kind explaining why it
Yeah.
went the way it did.
Paperwork.
Come back tomorrow.
Yes.
Very well.
That sounds good. Thank you so much. And your name again was
Oud Vector.
Thank you. I will think on what you have shared of the wanted list so far.
No problem. I'm glad to help. Come back tomorrow. We'll go over it again. And I'll find the paperwork. There's going to be a lot of paperwork to complete.
That's
All
right.
Okay, very well.
Tomorrow.
The job, patrolling the streets.
You guys, he escorts you out into the main lobby. Your compatriots are still there. Yes, they're still there?
Yes. Yeah, does Kip see him?
He doesn't open the door all the way. He just kind of like motions to the door. He doesn't step out into the lobby. Unless you go up and poke your head in the door.
No, Kip's still searching himself to see if he can figure out what the heck that guy. He knows that guy.
Oh,
took
another
something.
investigation check.
So you wouldn't have known the name. We weren't there.
No, he's still worried about the pat down he got.
Yeah,
in the,
so that's not good. That's even worse. So that's like an 8.
Okay. You haven't noted anything missing yet, and you haven't noted anything on you yet. Okay. What are you guys doing? You venture out?
Yeah, I just
just back down to the city.
To the church?
Would you stop touching yourself?
On the
What are
way.
you looking for?
I'm telling you, something was either stolen. Check my eyes. It's still there.
Still there.
By the way, we might have to come back here tomorrow. I'm trying to get us cleared from that wanted list.
That will be good for the rest of you.
Yes. I mean, I'm not wanted, but in a sense of the matter.
You step out of the building, yes? No? Or are you still in the lobby?
Yeah, no.
You step out of the building, and the square is very, very busy. You do see a lot of guards around the perimeter of the square. Just seems a little bit higher security than you would have anticipated. There's a set of stairs that you're on that kind of walk down to the ground with the pillars on either side of it. And you guys venture forth.
My friends, I do believe we may have been sold out.
Mm-hmm.
I was speaking of by you.
Yes.
You venture across the square toward the church or towards someplace else, yes? You can see the large steeples above the buildings. It's not right there, it's just beyond. As you start to walk across the square. What?
Yes, the church and the steeple with all
But
the
I'm
people.
As you start to walk across the as you start to walk across the square, from behind you, you hear a massive explosion. Everybody roll a dex save.
Oh no! The dex save. I can get advantage on those.
Dex 12.
Oh my god.
13.
No. Oh my god, I have to use one.
15.
That's so bad.
What does it matter? If you fail or you pass?
I don't want to
Doesn't matter how bad it is.
I'm just gonna fail. That's
17.
unexpected.
17. Everybody who rolled above a 15, you take 9 points of damage. If you roll below a 15, you take 5 points of damage as you are tossed onto the ground.
We take 9, they take 5.
As you are tossed onto the ground, glancing behind you briefly, you see the windows and the door blow out on CIAA headquarters, just literally explode outward.
All right, great.
Everybody having a good time?
What did
you do?
It was the
It was
German.
the German.
It was the German.
It's always the German.
He dropped the bomb. He didn't touch
Dropped
you.
the bomb
He just
on me.
dropped the bomb next to
No,
you.
you dropped the
Who
bomb.
dropped the? Yeah.
You just
He
killed,
didn't touch me.
You killed all of those people in that building.
I was not
Why
getting
did you not
touched.
warn us
You put
that
like
you
a
were an
delayed fireball
assassin?
in your pocket and pocket this when you were like searching yourself. Yeah. Oh my god.
Everybody having a good time?
Absolutely.
Okay, I know we went a little bit late here, but I wanted to get us to a point that was a good place to pause. I hope you understand.
That's
Yeah, no, it's great. We're good.
Okay, going around the table here. Jess, what was your highlight if there was one?
A lot of RP tonight. A lot of history lessons for everybody at the table. A lot of people are refreshing their memories about stuff that happened. A lot of stuff even though I've been playing at the table for almost 4 years, a lot of stuff that happened before I was even here, which is kind of crazy. I enjoyed burning the convict on the fire dragon merry-go-round.
Yeah, of course you did.
That was lots of fun. Yeah. I'm getting great joy playing Naldo. He's such a juxtaposition from the Zyman character.
Mm-hmm.
He's like happy-go-lucky, like yeah, whatever happens, a little morally gray, like yeah, it's all a good time for him.
I'm glad you played along with that. I try and like pick up little. You guys don't have to, but I try and add in little pieces of real history. That's a real thing.
Really?
That's so sick. They did it a little bit differently than I did it.
Oh yeah, but still.
But it's a real thing. I was like, oh man, I gotta
use that.
I gotta use that. That's just too cool. You are level 8, correct?
Correct.
4,500 experience points with the. Actually, I'm sorry. Right, you don't have your 14 here.
No.
Oh, 4,000 experience points. My bad.
That's okay.
Right? Yeah, your highest level tonight is. Well, we'll just go with it. 4,500, because I don't know where. Otherwise, I got to redo all the math. 40. So otherwise, it's too complicated. 4,500. Awesome. Mark, did you have a good time?
Yeah, I had a fantastic time, Tom.
What was your highlight?
Just dredging up some of this historical stuff, and then I don't know. Watching you dig through your notes is like so heartwarming to me. It's just so funny.
It's horrible?
No, heartwarming. It's just great. Yeah, because I don't know. Like obviously, I mean, a lot of us have probably DM'd before, but when you DM and like nobody takes notes. Right, and then something comes up, and they're like, "Oh, what was that thing?" And they don't remember. But so, I mean, I am terrible at notes, but I've got some chicken scratch stuff, and to be able to use it, and then have you still have all that stuff that you used from years ago that you're able to pull out, and tie back into the maybe the overarching plot. It's just that to me is so fun. It just means that like the story drops that you give us. Like they matter years later, that they actually matter to the storyline. They're still there. Some of it you maybe come up on the fly or whatever, but it's still connected in some fashion, and that you roll with it. It's.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I do have this log of stuff that even when I come up with something on the fly, it goes into that log. Whether or not it ever gets pulled up again, at least it's in the log.
Yeah.
The problem is the log has been on paper. I got to put it back into digits, which is not a hard thing. I just got to move.
It means that what we do as players also impacts the world in some capacity. The people that we run into are still people in the world that's out there.
That's cool.
They're doing things that while we're doing things. It's interesting to me. I love that stuff. It's world building.
Awesome. And you are level 12. 2,500 experience points.
Thank you.
Gelila, welcome back.
Thank you.
I would love to hear about Comic-Con, but I've already gone pretty late here, and I'm glad hopefully you're feeling 100% better, or at least getting much better. What was your highlight tonight?
Killing all those innocent people in that building? And you exploded it?
It was cool just to
You know, we knew that guy. We were like
feel
this.
so bad.
Born with him, Born's coming after you. Yeah. I wouldn't want that upon anybody. That's Born's best friend.
Okay.
You slaughtered him.
He said his name, and I was like, I know that name.
They were besties. They really were. Oh, he's coming after you now.
Shame.
Have to do a one shot. Revenge of Born.
I mean, you weren't here, and we made peace with a giant, but you walk into a building and explode.
Yeah, I wonder who's the bad guy of the group.
Seriously.
Wow. Wow. Okay, I see what's happening.
You weren't worried about
I
me.
see what's happening right now.
I mean, they didn't see what you did behind that door.
Yeah, you set a bomb and you blew them all up.
Mm-hmm.
Listen.
I mean, the facts point in that direction.
The truth will come
She
out.
just tried to make things
Okay.
go away.
Yeah, she made yeah.
That's what she said, I'm going to make this go
Yeah,
away.
she did say
I'm gonna
she
make
literally
this go.
made the building go
No,
away.
but you suggested that we kill everybody.
I didn't say
and
that.
I said, yes, you did.
Because
And
I didn't
said
plant the
no.
bomb.
I said no.
Yeah, because you were going to do it. There was no we. There was a you.
So back to what your favorite movie was?
I can't take this. No, it's nice to be able to like get a mental picture of
Killing all
what
those people.
it looks like, the building, what it would be like to go in there and just like go through the process of, because I had like ideas, but not really. Kind of just like wanted to hear like how you were gonna take it. So it was really nice. I think that was my favorite
Good.
part.
I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Those ideas went right up in smoke.
All those lives.
All those lives. But yeah, I would say so far. But now, oops.
All those innocent lives. Yeah,
And we just all happen to be the last people that were in there. Right?
3,500 experience
Not
points.
leaving this place.
3,500.
No, we're all going to the Obelet now.
Makes you wonder how quickly
Yeah, go
just all
there.
the bombs like that. One person just walks in the building, just blows it up.
Brian, did you have a good time?
Yeah.
What was your highlight?
Still having a good time.
I got to interact with Gazi. We've been chasing Gazi all of this time, and we have not interacted with Gazi in years.
That was awesome.
So,
That was awesome.
Like to
That
be
was a
able
fun
to
part.
just interact with Gazi again and to remember like why we're hunting this guy down, like the way you portray him and like feeding on the bodies, like that was the stuff that we experienced, but like we haven't interacted with him in years.
It's so interesting. I'm sorry, I'm going to totally jump in, but like to have the description that you gave totally took me back to what it looked like when we were at the table that day, which I have the picture of, but like it was there. But for the characters and players that were not there to see that, it's like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? Oh, we got to fight this guy Gazi, and it's like we've picked him up to be this terrible thing, but it's still like it's not tangible.
Yeah.
And tonight it became tangible, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, it was just great to,
I was
be back in
watching.
the
I was
story
watching
again.
Zavita's face, and it was just like, well, you're sucking.
Yeah, it's just
sucking
being
the
back
people
in
out of the face.
in the story.
Yes,
like,
this was it.
this is why we're doing it. Like, this is the guy that we're chasing after. This is just so cool. So, it's nice to be able to, like, bridge that and,
Cool.
Yeah. It was
Cool.
awesome.
I enjoyed
It
it
was a lot
too.
of
And
fun.
obviously, I enjoyed it too. Obviously, I could have just he saved, but no, I thought it was a good role playing opportunity. So I wanted it to see where it went. So very cool. Thank you for doing that. 4,000 experience points. I think you got a little ways till the next pop. Very, very cool, guys. I had a great time. Brian, thank you for coming. Zubaida, thank you for making the long trek. I know that you got a little bit of traffic or something there. All good. I'm just thrilled you're okay and you were able to make it. Kip, thank you for being here. Thank you for the great RP. And as with you, thank you for at least biting at my, being the one person who bit at my
Somebody has to go for the ride.
I wouldn't have made
bit
sense
at my
for me to
ride.
do that.
It's always
I'm
gonna
not
be-
saying that.
It's always
but-
going to be Naldo.
I think Balder would have done it.
Balder totally would have
yeah.
done it.
Oh yeah, Balder would have
Yeah,
done
yeah,
it.
He's the prime
absolutely
target
would've
for
done
that.
Yeah, you would have jumped.
I do appreciate it, though. Thank you, all of you, very much for making this so much fun. I do have a diatribe here. I'm going to go a little bit late. I know everybody's late, but thank you for watching Seven-Sided Die's Carpathian Adventure. Again, we would like to thank Sirenscape for the use of their audio sound effects. That's www.sirenscape.com. syrinscape.com. Thank you, artists Yenu and Silky Noir, for the terrific character art. Please patronize them via the @ Yenu on Tumblr and Twitter, and patronize Silky Noir on DeviantArt. Please comment in the Twitch chat room, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on YouTube. While we do this strictly for fun, please let us know how we might improve the stream. Lastly, please follow on Twitch and on Instagram. Please like on Facebook and on YouTube, and please subscribe on YouTube. As we leave you, please indulge my periodic diatribe. I've done this one before, but I felt it's appropriate, and so I'm going to do it again. Saturday is Veterans Day. Tomorrow is the federal holiday. With that, I wish I had written the following, but alas, I did not. Only 1% of all American population serves in uniform. Only 1% leave their families, their homes, and their small daily comforts of their lives to protect the nation and defend it from tyranny. Only 1% know the sacrifices in our profession of arms, yet fully embrace those sacrifices as a necessary way to sustain our American way of life. This Veterans Day, we honor that 1% and salute those who have served our nation. But our veterans have not served alone. Those who see our sacrifices firsthand are our spouses, our children, our parents, our grandparents, our family, and friends. They single-handedly manage the demands of everyday life, make numerous sacrifices so that we can focus on the defense of the nation. Although they may not carry the title of veteran, they are often the ones who support and make sacrifices that make our service possible. We share and honor that day with them. As I said at the beginning, I did not write that. Credit must be given to General David Hawkinson. It resonated for me. So on this Veterans Day weekend, we salute all of those who make sacrifices for our nation. Thank you. I will end my diatribe there. Always remember, in the Carpathian adventure, the journey is the destination, and we will continue the journey in 4 weeks so that we may spend time with our families on Thanksgiving. We will not be here on Thursday, November 23rd. We will be back Thursday, December 7th. So for now, thank you for watching. Roll a 7-sided die and have a good night.
Happy Veterans Day!
Hurrah! Awesome, guys.